Pistons. The second season starts today. Everything that happened before today, completely irrelevant. The Magic enter the postseason healthy, charged up after a win, the win of the year against the Charlotte Hornets, and with all the reason to believe that they can do something special here in the playoffs. An 8th-seeded team has defeated a 1-seed 6 times in NBA playoff history, and that might not be a very high number, not a lot of historical context that would make you feel overly confident. Most recent instance being 2023, the Miami Heat beat the Milwaukee Bucks. That was not your average 8 seed in 2023, and I would confidently say neither are we. Entering the season, the Magic were predicted to be one of the top 4 seeds in the Eastern Conference, I think pretty comfortably by most pundits out there. Obviously, things did not play out that way, but that was largely due to the availability of the key contributors. And with those guys all playing together, Paolo, Franz, and Jalen, if that were the case all year, I think it wouldn't be a stretch to say that this group entering the postseason would have a much smaller number next to their name, if not for the impact of those injuries. And look, that is not to say that this team hasn't had other issues, but that was certainly the biggest. And the bottom line is the Magic are not your average 8 seed, and we've matched up well with this rough and tough Pistons squad this season. A record of 2-2 on the year versus the top seed in the Eastern Conference. But make no mistake about it, this Pistons team is as good as advertised, and if anything, they have something in common with us. They enter the postseason fairly overlooked, especially considering the fact that they're a 60-win team. We got 2 scrappy teams, tough as nails, who come in underappreciated and overlooked by the masses. We have the makings of an absolute Donnybrook, and we'll see which team is able to land the first blow here tonight. Welcome into the pregame festivities. Playoff game number 1 on the way. Much to get to on the show as we lead you right in to Jake's call, Magic versus Pistons. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll hear from head coach Jamal Mosley. We've got a Magic soundboard to get to, an injury report, and this man, the man on the call. Time for our keys to the game, brought to you by Kia, the official vehicle of the Orlando Magic. Let's welcome in Magic radio voice Jake Chapman, live from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Jake, after all the twists and all of the turns, we have finally made it. A fresh start, and the opponent is tough.
Yeah, Happy New Year, I guess. I don't know if that qualifies, but it certainly feels like you got a new lease on life. I don't think anybody expected Friday night to pan out the way it did, but I think we were all pretty happy about it. And you're right. I think it's a good matchup. I think all of a sudden you feel like you maybe captured something on Friday night. I think it's, a very poorly kept secret what this series is going to look like, the physicality, the aggression that is going to be necessary. I don't think that this team that we're facing today will wilt under physicality and pressure like the Charlotte Hornets did on Friday. So it's going to be a scrap. It's going to be a rock fight in more ways than one. I think there's going to be a lot of missed shots, but I also think after a couple of games, both teams are going to look like they've been pelted with rocks because it is going to be a bruiser. So very excited to be here, very excited for this atmosphere. You can definitely feel a buzz in the building. It has been a very long time since the city of Detroit embraced a Pistons team like they have this one, and certainly you can see why it was structured with the same DNA as all of the great teams in Pistons history going back to the late 80s. So we've got our work cut out for ourselves, but I think you're right, BK. I mean, we're not your average 8 seed. An 8 seed with a whole lot more potential, a whole lot more meat on that bone, and so I think even the smartest basketball observers are expecting at the very least a fight between both of these teams for a couple of games, and then we'll see what happens.
Do you agree with my assessment that both of these teams come in fairly overlooked relative to their seeding?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, if you doubt the Magic, we understand why. I mean, as recently as 5 days ago, nobody knew how much longer our season would last and exactly what this team was all about. And even still, I think you can have those questions. You put it all together for one night on Friday. Are you able to replicate that? So you understand why teams would overlook us and et cetera, et cetera. But I think everybody knows that deep down in there, especially when they defend, there's a really good basketball team. And then with Detroit, it's part of this is Boston. I heard you talking to Mike about it the other day, and I think you were spot on. Part of it is because Boston is the new trendy pick, and rightfully so. They're playing incredible basketball. Detroit's the new kids on the block. 2 years ago, Brandon, they lost 60 games. They won 60 games this year. It's only the second time in NBA history a team has gone from 60 losses to 60 wins in that short a span. And so, you're talking about a team that's relatively new, but, a lot of times when you say, well, you've got to lose and you've got to take your lumps on your way to the conference championship and beyond, that's because of what postseason basketball is, and the Pistons were built for this. They're not going to get bullied. They're not going to get pushed around. And so, whereas Charlotte, I think, probably needed to take those lumps, and we'll see even what it looks like next year, this Pistons team is not going to be fazed by the NBA postseason. So I think probably looking past them would be a mistake, especially if you're just talking about within the Eastern Conference.
This is the second year that this Pistons team has been in the postseason. So the Magic do have a little bit of playoff experience on Detroit. Detroit lost in round one last year. It took the Knicks 6 games to get rid of the Pistons, but that was valuable playoff experience against a team that is poised to make another run. Last thing for you, Jake. Cade is back from a collapsed lung, but he has yet to hit 30 minutes since his return. Do you have any idea as to whether or not he is sitting at 100% or if there's any sort of restriction going in to this game?
I don't, but I'm going to guess just because, the Pistons coming down the stretch, I think the idea was to build his win back up, but also not to risk injury. And, yeah, they wanted to get 60 wins, but if I recall, most of those games after he came back, they had the top seed locked up, which was the first primary objective coming down the stretch there. So I would not expect to see, if there's a cap, it's probably like 35. I don't think there's going to be any sort of a limit as far as Cade Cunningham goes here tonight. But I've also been surprised. I was surprised when I woke up this morning and saw Desmond Bane was ill. I hadn't heard anything about that. He's going to give it a go, and I think Cade is 100% from everything that I've gleaned, so I wouldn't expect that to impact things too much.
I'm sure if we know Desmond Bane, that illness will seem like a distant memory by the time he gets out there to play in tonight's game. Jake, looking forward to the call. Excited to be back in the postseason. Let's get it.
Thanks, PK.
Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Kia. Coming up, we're going to hear from head coach Jamal Mosley as he hits the reset button. How different is the approach from the coaching staff as they enter playoff basketball? We'll get into it right after this. Another round of Coach Speak coming up on the Magic Audio Network.
When the Orlando Magic are raining threes, you don't want rain coming through your roof. That's where Eustace Roofing comes in. We are a proud official partner of the Orlando Magic with an office right in College Park. Locked in on serving Orlando homeowners. From sudden storms to season-long protection, we've got your home covered. No missed assignments, no leaks, because championships start at home, and so does peace of mind. Schedule your free roof analysis at eustaceroofing.com. Eustace Roofing. Orlando built, Orlando trusted.
Hey, Dante, what's your favorite thing about a Magic win?
No-brainer, Jake. 50% off at papajohns.com the day after every Magic win. Magic win and fans win with Papa John's because they get 50% off their entire online order.
And it's so simple. Just enter the promo code MAGICWIN when you order online at papajohns.com.
And now you won't miss a shot because you can track your order live with Papa Track.
Papa John's Pizza, official pizza of your Orlando Magic. Valid online only, not valid with any other discounts. Delivery fee and taxes extra and not subject to discount offer.
Orlando Magic fans, are you ready to feel like magic? Xwell, the official wellness spa of the Orlando Magic, just opened our very first Orlando location. Come experience refreshing facials, seamless waxing, and medical-grade skincare products, all designed to help you look and feel your best. Right now, new guests get a free eyebrow wax or 25% off any service. Visit xwell.com today or call 407-558-3221 to schedule your reservation and see where magic meets wellness.
At VyStar Credit Union, you inspire us to go the extra mile to meet your financial needs. That's why we offer Magic fans more banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. Our team is also dedicated to making the communities we serve stronger, volunteering our time and talents while donating millions to local nonprofits. VyStar Credit Union, official credit union of the Orlando Magic. Visit VyStarCU.org and go Magic.
Be in the know with the Orlando Magic app presented by Total Wireless. Get game highlights, must-see off-the-court moments, and the latest updates all season long. Follow your favorite players, stay on top of scores and stats, and never miss a big moment. Make pregame predictions and compete with other fans using Magic Predictor. Plus, enter Ultra Drops every Monday for a chance to win exclusive Magic giveaways and surprise prizes. Download the Orlando Magic app today and experience the magic.
Nothing compares to catching your Orlando Magic live, and nobody knows that better than you, Magic fans. It all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Magic and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles in person. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Orlando Magic tickets at Ticketmaster. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/magic.
I know the number one priority in a lot of ways is Cade Cunningham, and that's the priority of that team. Now, they're a very tightly knit together team. They defend at a high clip. They turn you over. They make it tough to score. So we've got to make sure we're doing all the little things just like in this game, against them.
That was head coach Jamal Mosley talking about the strengths of this Pistons team. Number one in steals, number one in offensive rebound rate, third best shooting percentage. This is a tough-nosed defense and an efficient offense, at least for everything that they do outside of shooting threes. What they don't do well, and there are a few of these things, the Pistons are middle of the pack in terms of three-point shooting percentage. They rank towards the bottom of the league, lower than the Orlando Magic in total three-point makes per game. They're also one of the higher turnover teams on offense. They cough up the rock some 15 times per game, so there are areas to attack for the Magic. How can Jamal Mosley shine a spotlight on the Pistons' shortcomings and take advantage here tonight? Let's find out on tonight's edition of Coach Speak.
Jamal, how is Desmond feeling?
Desmond is feeling better. He'll be available for us tonight.
Coach, you guys have been through game ones before and preparing for a playoff series, but how is the feeling of going into a third playoff series? How's the preparation? Obviously maybe a little less time for this one, but how's the preparation different, and maybe even the confidence different? Knowing what a playoff series feels like.
Yeah, I think experience helps this group. We've been in this situation before, so understanding how to prep for it, the film you have to watch, the details of the game, all those things that these guys have seen. This group has been through it, so them knowing exactly how to prep, the focus level is there, the intention is there. It's a really good focus level for us right now.
What was the prep like compared to 2 years ago or last year, just having about 48 hours to get ready for this one?
That's an interesting part about it, because we've been in these, one-game situations for quite a while now. So the prep, the focus level of these guys has been really good. Understanding the film that we watch, we've got the routine down for how we want to go about doing it, who's handling the scout when we do personnel. The guys are all been locked in because we've been going through that for about the last 3 weeks. So the understanding of that, these guys are really locked into it.
Hey, Coach, you guys played against the Pistons 4 times in the regular season, split 2-2. What were some of your takeaways about the Pistons, rather both good and bad?
Yeah, JB coach team. It's physical, it's aggressive, hard-nosed. They're going to get after you. Obviously they had bodies out at times. We had bodies out at times, so it was never a full roster for each group. But again, what you're going to walk into when you play, JB's teams. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to be physical. It's going to be tough. This place is always loud. The fans are getting after it. I think all those pieces within this game are going to, kick in tonight as well.
Jamal, back here on the riser. You've been to the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years in a row. 2 of those have been against your good friend J.B. Bickerstaff. What's that like for you to go up against somebody you're so familiar with such high stakes on the line?
Yeah, we talk about it before it even starts, and we talk about it could happen. It's possible. We're in this league. This is a possibility. So when it happens, we stop talking. That's just the reality of it. Like, we'll talk one time before the prep starts, and then we won't talk for the rest of this series. We'll always be friends, through thick and thin. But at the end of the day, when we cross those lines, that's what it is. It's like, you're going into an octagon or a boxing match. You spar, you go, and then you keep it moving.
When you're defending Cade Cunningham, what are the keys?
Oh, a lot. He's special. There's a reason why that he gets those honors for what he's done, both sides of the ball. I think you just got to be smart with him. He doesn't let you speed him up. He plays at his own pace. You've got to put different defenders on him. He has to see different coverages. I think it's the same with all great players. You can't let them get a dosage of the same thing over and over again, because they will pick you apart. And I think that's the big key with him.
Jamal, knowing that the game is officiated a little differently in the playoffs.
Is it?
A little bit. What's the fine line between showing intention to the Pistons with your physicality without drawing attention from the referees?
Yeah, that's a great question. You just have to be smart in all of it. You know, when you're on the ball, you can, touch a little bit more, but when you're off the ball, can you grab a little bit more but not impede people's progress? All those things that, are within the rule book, you have to be smart about it. And there may be a little bit of getting away with a little bit more, but you do have to recognize, when enough is enough, and that's part of it. And I think we're going to have to test to see where they're making that whistle blow.
That was head coach Jamal Mosley. I have a feeling we are not going to see as many whistles as you would typically see in the regular season. There's going to be so much clanging and banging between these two teams that if the referees start calling fouls early, we may never get out of here tonight. So very curious to see what all of that looks like. Even the rest versus rust factor for the Pistons as well. A lot of different storylines. We'll continue to break them down. Tip-off of Magic Pistons Game 1, less than 20 minutes away. Still to come, we'll hear from your fan favorites on tonight's soundboard as we continue to get you ready for tip-off here on Magic Tonight, presented by Papa John's. You're listening to Magic Basketball.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of October 2025.
RingCentral's AI receptionist uses voice AI to answer on the first ring, so you'll never miss a call again. In just a few minutes, you can personalize your own AI receptionist to answer questions, route calls, schedule appointments, and even send texts in multiple languages. Plus, it's easy to scale. Create unlimited AI receptionists across any phone system. It's all powered by one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
Okay, get this. Now at Wendy's, you get to go biggie with new Biggie deals. That means going biggie with the $4 Biggie Bites, biggier with the $6 Biggie Bag, or biggiest with an $8 Biggie Bundle. So now you can choose and customize your Biggie deal. As you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Legacy starts with an all-star team. A team that can keep up with your financial needs when it's time to go for gold. From tip-off to buzzer, when it matters most. A Florida bank with global reach, City National Bank, the official bank of the Orlando Magic, is your trusted partner offering world-class solutions, helping you take your best shot. Visit citynational.com for more information. City National Bank is member FDIC.
Don't miss the Magic's tip-off on game day when you reserve parking in advance with Park Mobile. Fans can reserve parking before games to guarantee a spot at Kia Center. Book your spot at magic.parkmobile.io. You can filter parking lots by specific needs like covered parking, handicap, and oversized vehicles. So the next time you want to cheer on the Orlando Magic at home, reserve a parking spot in advance for a winning game day experience. Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
When Magic fans need to make a little magic in their relationship, they always turn to IDC, International Diamond Center. IDC is the exclusive jeweler of the Orlando Magic, where fans, players, and staff go for the best bling for the best value. With showrooms all over Florida, IDC smashes the competition with direct importer prices, a massive selection, the strongest warranties, all the premium designer brands, and a solid reputation for honesty and integrity. Get store hours, locations, and more at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center, where Orlando gets engaged.
obviously in the position we're in, we got to win on the road to win the series. So that's something that I think we all understand and I understand. And so I think stepping into Detroit for these first 2 games, we got to be focused. We got to win a game on the road. We haven't in the past 2 years in the playoffs. And so if we want to get over the hump, it's going to take winning on the road. We got to be extra focused and together to get that done.
That was Paolo Banchero talking about the road success or lack thereof of this Magic team. Gotta have it if you're going to be successful in the postseason. And there's nothing that extracts panic from your opponent quite like taking one in a best-of-7 inside the walls of their arena, especially when you do it in Game 1. But this has been a struggle in the Paolo, Franz, Jalen era of the Magic. The Magic are in the playoffs for the 3rd straight season, but have yet to record a victory away from home as a unit. So they look to do that here tonight. Tip-off of Magic Pistons on the way, but right now it's time to play off some of this Magic audio on tonight's Magic Soundboard. If it's something that you perhaps have noticed from watching the 5 or 6 playoff games that have taken place already, it's that runs can be killers, especially for the road team. Jalen Suggs says that they've learned that the hard way from previous experience.
I think runs are huge. I think I learned that last year. Boston was so good at recognizing when a run could be made and capitalizing on that to carry the momentum. So I think for us, like I said, it's being dialed in. It's killing those runs before they happen. Searching for ways we can find our own. And then, like I said, not get too high or too low within the game. And you stay even keeled, and you're always prepared for it. I think it's way easier to hoop and go on those runs and stop them before they happen. So I think that's the biggest thing, especially on the road. It's much harder to do, but I think we're ready for it.
That Pistons crowd is going to be electric, so you know that a run is going to happen. How the Magic handle that will be the first test in tonight's game. The Magic had their backs firmly against the wall on Friday against Charlotte and brought the very best out of the team. Franz still trying to figure out how they can go about bottling that energy up.
I really liked our level of focus and, I guess desperation of playing every possession as good as we can, regardless of the outcome of it. Just sticking to that. And like I said, I think that's what elite teams do. So we got to keep having that mindset.
Let's check in with the opposition real quick. Cade Cunningham, MVP candidate and an elite point guard in this league, says that his team is going to be prepped and ready to go.
It's really a chess match. You have to make adjustments on the fly and game to game, and then they're going to make adjustments as well, and you have to read those and make, it's just a chess match. So we're excited about it. We got the best staff in the league, got the best coach in the league, so, we're going to be prepared for whatever.
J.B. Bickerstaff might be the coach of the year in the NBA when those awards are given out. He previews the series from his vantage point.
It's going to come down to who does it more, who does it nastier, and who does it longer. Again, you're spot on with the similarities, but it's going to come down to a war of attrition. Who's mentally tough enough, who's physically tough enough to do it for 48 minutes and see what that looks like, possibly 7 times in a row.
Big-time battle tonight, Game 1, right where we want to be. Time for my Hard Rock Bet pick of the night. Give me the San Antonio Spurs in a rout against the Portland Trailblazers. The Blazers' most effective offense is their ability to score at the rim, while the Spurs have quite the rim protector, if you haven't noticed. So unless Wemby gets into foul trouble early, I do not like their chances in this series. Head on over to Hard Rock Bet, the official sports book of your Orlando Magic. Our game coming up minutes away, live from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Game 1 of our playoff series. That's going to do it for us here on Magic Tonight, delivered by Papa John's. It's the Orlando Magic versus the Detroit Pistons with Jake Chapman on the call. Tip-off on the way. Next.
This is Orlando Magic basketball.
Franz backs away. Now Reddish. Wagner, step back, 3 ball is up, it's in! Franz stuck it!
Magic Basketball is brought to you by Advent Health, the official healthcare provider of the Orlando Magic.
Now Powell's just going to pull a 3 off the bounce, he got another one! Banchero scorching here in the second quarter.
Let's get ready for tip-off. Here's the radio voice of the Orlando Magic, Jake Chapman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Jake Chapman with you, and tonight we write another page in the Magic's history book. Season 37, postseason number 19, and game number 1 of this best-of-7 series with the top seed in the East, the 60-win Detroit Pistons. Magic fresh off a roller coaster week that matched this roller coaster season. An uninspiring and uninspired effort 1 week ago in Boston in Game 82. A frustrating loss in Philadelphia 3 days later in the 9-10 play-in, or the 7-8 play-in, excuse me. And then a do-or-die, put-up-or-shut-up display of dominance at home on Friday night. The Magic ragdolled the Charlotte Hornets early and often, ending their season effectively after the first 12 minutes. Magic went up 22 after 1, and they used dominant defense and a dominant Paolo Banchero to bludgeon the Hornets and end their Cinderella run. Tonight we kick off what should be an absolute war of an opening round series with a Pistons team that has captured the imagination of Detroit fans for the first time in about 20 years. You ever bang 2 cinder blocks together over and over and over again? You do it once, you might see a few little specks of dust. You do it for 48 straight minutes, and one may start to break down a little bit. You bang 2 cinder blocks together for 48 minutes for up to 7 times, and one of them is going to crumble. And that is what I expect to see in this series as we kick it off here today. As Pistons head coach J.B. Bickerstaff said this morning, this is going to come down to who does it the most, who does it the longest, and who does it the hardest. And with a nod to our friends at Hard Rock, here's a few prop bets you may not see, or maybe you will, I'm not sure. How about the over-under on minutes of play until the first blood is drawn? How many technical and flagrant fouls will be doled out over the next week and a half? Who's the first player to foul out, and how many times will they foul out in this series? All of those feel like hot-ticket propositions, and if you grew up loving 90s basketball like I did, this series is going to be an absolute treat for you. This Pistons team lost 60 games 2 seasons ago, and now here they are in year 2 under J.B. Bickerstaff, who was booted in Cleveland after taking that organization to the second round of the playoffs. All he did was come to Detroit and win 100 games faster than any other coach in franchise history. He's one of Jamal Mosley's best friends, and their teams have very similar, feisty, and physical dispositions. JB burns a little bit hotter than Jamal, and at times maybe a little bit too much, but that's going to be one of the major keys of this series, controlling your emotions. It's going to be a rock fight of a series, both shooting the basketball and as far as how black and blue I expect everybody to be when all is said and done. But the team who controls their emotions, both as far as their opponents go and as far as the officials go, going to get off to a good start, I think, here in Game 1, and will be much better off as the series unfolds. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with your starters and your status report, and then we'll do it up the Magic and the Pistons Game 1 of this 1-8 opening round series. Tip off in just about 5 minutes. We'll have it for you right here on the Orlando Magic Audio Network.
Get ready to score big with a getaway at Caribe Royale Orlando. Book now and save 15%, plus receive a $25 daily dining credit. Make your vacation a slam dunk with spacious suites, family-friendly villas, and pet-friendly fun for your whole team. Fuel up at 8 dining spots, including Stadium Club. Take the shot down our 75-foot water slide, unwind by the waterfall, or play hard on our sport court. Book today at CaribeRoyale.com.
And that's another bucket for the Magic, putting them over 110 points. You know what that means? It's Big Buford time.
When the Magic score 110 or more points, you win the next day. When you buy a regular price Big Buford combo at Checkers, you get another combo free with your rewards app. That's right, because when the Magic score big, so do you. Let's go.
Available exclusively on the Checkers and Rallies app. See rewards wallet in-app for details. Each combo includes medium fries and medium soft drink. Valid at participating Orlando area locations only while supplies last. Offer may not be available via third-party delivery services.
Since 1927, Gallagher has been serving the communities where we live and work. We partner with businesses of every size to provide insurance, risk management, and benefit solutions that prepare them for what's next. Whether you're on Main Street or across the globe, we're ready to help you take on any challenge. As a proud partner of the Orlando Magic, we bring that same commitment to Orlando and all of Florida, dedicated to partnering with you to face the future with confidence. Learn more at ajg.com. Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner.
Magic fans, save all season long
strong at Take 5 Oil Change. Just wear your Orlando Magic gear and save 25% on your oil change. No technical fouls, no overtime. Just drive in, stay in your car, and roll out. You'll be game day ready in 10 minutes flat. Staying on top of your car care shouldn't put you on the bench. Take 5 makes it as easy as a layup. Visit take5.com to find a location near you. Offer valid through June 1st, 2026. Terms and conditions apply. Valid only at participating locations.
Welcome back to Detroit. Jake Chapman here with you. Game 1, Pistons Magic on the way momentarily. Let's get to your status report here for you. It's brought to you by Eustace Roofing, official partner of the Orlando Magic. Eustace Roofing, providing quality roofs for Orlando residents for over 60 years. For the Magic, Jonathan Isaac still out with that left knee sprain, but good to go otherwise. Desmond Bain not at shoot-around this morning with an illness. He is good to go. Wild horses couldn't keep Desmond Bain from this basketball game. And the Detroit Pistons absolutely spotless on their status report. They are good to go. Starting lineups sound like this. For the Magic, same group we've seen. This will be the 20th game they've been together. Just 20, mind you, including the 2 play-in games last week. Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bain in the backcourt. Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner at the forward spots, and then manning the middle, Wendell Carter Jr., making their 3rd consecutive playoff appearance. And this is the 4th time in either franchise's history that they've squared off against each other. Magic got the best of Detroit back in 1996. Of course, the 0-1 series. Infamously, Tracy McGrady saying feels good to be in the second round, and then did not get to the second round. And then back in 07, Pistons won that one as well. And it was just about the end of that going-to-work Detroit Pistons era. And this Pistons team certainly has recaptured the imagination of Pistons fans. Starting 5 for Detroit. We'll go down to John Mason, best PA man in the league.
Create a family tradition with the 2026-27 membership today at cruisebasketball.com/membership.
Welcome back to downtown Detroit. Welcome to Pistons playoff basketball against the Orlando Magic. Little disciplinary action taken at midcourt against Desmond Bain, who's throwing the ball almost the length of the court just to try to get himself warmed up. Here are the starting lineups. Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero at the forwards for Orlando. Wendell Carter Jr. at center. Bain, who's very explosive, along with Jalen Suggs in the backcourt. That's a formidable starting lineup. Probably not as formidable as this one. Asar Thompson, voted twice the Defensive Player of the Month in the conference, along with Tobias Harris at the forwards. Jalen Duren, an all-star at center. Duncan Robinson, one of the premier shooters in this league and also an excellent all-around basketball player. And the great Cade Cunningham in the backcourt for the Pistons. The coaches, Jamal Mosley, and the Coach of the Year, J.B. Bickerstaff. Congratulations to J.B. An awesome job last season and this season. Could have been Coach of the Year last year, but I think it's appropriate that it happened this year,
And
Rick.
I think it's appropriate. That's right, winning the Eastern Conference, but also guiding this team and keeping this team focused the whole year. And it's deservedly so. The fact of the matter, hey, it ain't nobody else that has been as good as he has with this team.
Speaking of number one, the McIntyre Award, given to the best media relations crew in the entire NBA, has been awarded to, I should say. They earned it. The Media Relations Department right here in Detroit for the Detroit Pistons, led by Kevin Grigg and Cletus Lewis, Corey Moore, and Mike Horan, and Savannah Strother. These guys did a magnificent job, and the NBA has awarded them Media Relations Department of the Year, and first of many. And we know that Matt Dobeck somewhere is smiling.
Always smiling.
He set the tone here. Joe Abramson is our statistician. Jeremy Otto is our host in the studio. Jenny Harnatsky is the studio engineer. And we got Tim Jetski, the veteran, here courtside. The officials are James Williams, Kevin Scott, and Brian Forte. Pistons wearing the home whites. Orlando, black uniforms with some pinstriping. JD ready to jump center.
Hey, went back to old school.
Yeah.
When you're playing at home, you got the white uniforms.
Isn't that nice?
You're on the road, you're playing in the black.
Wendell Carter Jr. will jump it up against JD. Carter Jr. 6'10", 262. Jalen Duren 6'10" and 268. And the Pistons win the opening tip of the postseason. And they're working the hoop to our right in front of their bench. Tobias topside against Banchero. Flips it to Duncan Robinson against Desmond Bain. Sideline left to Cade. Got a screen from JD to the basket. Hooks on the run. Rolls off the rim to Banchero. Jalen Suggs to forecourt for the Magic. Topside to Banchero. Banchero wants to get to the basket down the lane. Tied up by Tobias Harris.
Good defense and the physicality right there. That just shows you what the referees are looking for. They usually give a foul like that, but I've been watching these games and they're letting the physical play go.
Clock's at 13. Inbound pass to Carter up top. Dribble hands to Desmond Bain. Shot clock at 7. JD comes out to guard him. Clock's at 5. Left wing to Suggs. A long gun goes for Jalen Suggs with the shot clock running out.
Come on. I mean, got to be lucky for that one.
3-0 in favor of the visiting Orlando Magic. Cade with a high screen from JD. Now Carter Jr. comes to bother him. Left elbow to Asar's pass inside. Gets away from Jalen Duren.
Stepped out of bounds.
But an out-of-bounds step by Franz Wagner. Bain also. And the Pistons will trigger from the baseline by their hoop on the right. To Tobias. On the wing to Duncan Robinson. Long guns and it goes. Looked like it was going to be up a little bit right, but it dropped.
Little curveball there.
Huge hoop, really, for the Pistons at 3-3. Banchero against Tobias, forecourt, left wing. Topside to Bain. Leaves it on the right wing for Carter Jr. Hands to Suggs.
Hey, Suggs
and he fires again and fills it again. That's what you worry about at times. A guy gets hot and he can keep his team in the game for a long time. Duncan Robinson trying to get free of Desmond Bain, and Bain grabbed him and fouled him on the Piston end. It's 6-3 Orlando, 2 triples from Suggs. Pistons to Cade. Low right side to Asar. Left corner Tobias. Long gun, no. Rebound to Suggs. Forecourt to Franz Wagner. Gives it mid-post right to Banchero against Tobias. He's got some size on him at 6'10". Turns, fires, fills it up.
Well, they haven't missed a shot yet, and you got to make sure that you keep a lot of pressure on this team because they like to be as physical as you.
8-3 Orlando. Cade to the paint against Wendell Carter Jr. Kind of flushed out of the paint. Takes it to the left elbow. Pivots, cross courts to Duncan Robinson. Duncan with a drive, stops, fires, it won't fall. Rebound, batted around, and attempted to be saved by Suggs on the left sideline, but he fell out of bounds. So the Pistons will inbound. Shot clock at 14. They trail 8-3 early here in game 1 of the postseason. Cade on top. Tried to drop it deep to JD. Knocked away and out of bounds by Banchero. Shot clock down to 6.
I'll tell you, George, it's a lot of pushing and shoving, but you know what? Got to get a rhythm. If you're the Pistons, you got to get a rhythm. You had a long break.
Cade from the right corner. Inbounds to Duncan Robinson. The long gun does not drop.
Got to get it inside to a degree.
Magic boarded. Wagner down the lane, stripped. Let's see, the Pistons have some numbers. Duncan Robinson, baseline right.
Turned over by him.
Lost the dribble.
Turned over on that baseline.
Still 8-3 Orlando. Jalen Suggs to forecourt. Met by Duncan Robinson out high. Left wing to Banchero against Asar. Left corner to Suggs, another long gun. This one short. Rebounded by Carter Jr. Inside for Franz Wagner. A little 10-foot turn and gun won't go. Cade with a rebound. That shot was all air. Cade to Tobias to the basket with a hard drive. There's contact and a whistle.
See, that's where.
And a foul on Desmond Bane.
That's 2 on Bane. But also you got to look at the physicality. They want to look at if you're Orlando. Franz Wagner did the same move that Tobias just didn't get the call. And then they called it down here.
Tobias at the free throw line to the right. Quiet crowd. We don't want to distract the Piston forward. Hit the first one. Dead solid perfect. Make it 8-4 Orlando. 8:47 to play in the first. Another perfect free throw for Tobias Harris. And the Pistons have shortened it up to 8-5 Magic. Suggs to forecourt. Suggs left wing, cross court to Banchero, launches a three, and it's through deep on the right.
Well,
he struggled some with his long distance shooting, but looked good there.
Well, he was by himself.
11-5 and a strip by Suggs from Cade. Suggs to the basket for a two-hand slam. A great start for Suggs and the Magic. He has 8, and Orlando leads by 8, 13-5. The Pistons will take an early timeout to get dialed in with 8:27 to play in the first quarter. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
I'm Cade Cunningham. In basketball and in life, it's all about respect. It's about getting respect and giving it. Sam Bernstein Law gets big-time respect for their results, their experience, and their resources. But they give respect, too. By listening, by putting their clients first, by treating every person like family. Getting respect and giving respect. That's the Bernstein advantage.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that's what Bernstein means to me. Hello, Detroit. SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Where you gonna go if you really want to save on a new used Chevrolet? What you say? What you say? SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Who's the #1 Chevrolet volume dealer in all of Michigan, where the customer's #1? SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. SERRA. SaySarah.com.
Together, let's drive.
That commercial break brought to you in part by Kia, an automotive sponsor of your Detroit Pistons. Orlando shooting 5 out of 8, 625. The Pistons just 1 for 5. Both teams with 3 turnovers. And Orlando has a deuce in the paint. The Pistons haven't scored in their favorite place, the paint so far. And Rick, we didn't ask you right before the game. We asked you earlier in the pregame what the Pistons have to do to win. Can you tell us a little bit more about your thoughts?
Well, the thing is, you had a delay for a game, and next thing you know, your rhythm goes away. But now you have to try to gain that rhythm back. But also, thank God it's 2 halves, because you make adjustments at halftime. Orlando has been a team that's been playing, and they don't have anything to lose. You got to make sure you got to put the fear of God in them.
And Orlando so far with an advantage in the board war, 5-1. But this is a Piston team that does a very good job rebounding. and a very good job scoring points in the paint. Congratulations to J.B. Bickerstaff, a most deserving coach of the year. It couldn't have been anybody else in this league this season.
Well, right now, Pistons got to get that rhythm again that they had to finish this season off, because when you have a layoff like the Pistons have had, it's hard to replicate what's going to be happening in the game. And Orlando done had a couple of games, so it's like they really ain't stopped playing since the season.
And they blew out Charlotte in the game for the 8th seed. Pistons with the basketball out of the timeout. Tobias on the left sideline for three. It's in and out. Tapped by Suggs. And Franz Wagner has it.
One and done. They're doing a good job of not letting Duran get those second chance opportunities.
13-5 Orlando, and they have it. Carter Jr. way outside for Suggs, who has 2 threes in 3 tries. Backdoor cut by Bain. Bounce from Carter. Bain picks it up, steps back, fires, falling away, and fills it up.
They're hot as fish grease right now.
15-5 Orlando. Cade to forecourt. Cade lobs to JD. Knocked away inside by Suggs. Loose on the court, and Suggs picks it up. Fires to Franz Wagner, who gets to the basket and lays it in and draws a foul.
And they're quicker to the ball right now. Pistons can't, they're trying to get that ball inside. And if they can't get it inside, that three-point shooting the Pistons were struggling with during the regular season is not coming to fruition right now.
Duncan Robinson with a foul on Franz Wagner. Well, the difference in the game has been Jalen Suggs. He's shooting 3 out of 4, has 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Helping Orlando to a 7 for 10 start. Franz Wagner rattles the free throw home. It's now 18-5 Orlando. 7.5 to play in the first. Cade to forecourt. Gives to JD on the right wing. Flips to Duncan Robinson. Cross court to Cade.
Go.
Long gun, go. Open shot, and he got nothing but the bottom. 18-8 Orlando. Banchero with the basketball for the Magic. Top side to Wagner. Sideline right to Suggs. Quick shot, no. Asar Thompson with a rebound. Asar in a hurry to forecourt up the left side. Asar trying to get to the rim against Wagner. Hook, no. Rebound to Wagner.
He's looking for the foul.
Wagner gets to forecourt, right sideline against Duncan Robinson.
It's 2 on Duncan Robinson.
Duncan reached in and fouled him. They're going to call it.
I mean, this is the physicality that you're going to see.
De Silva for Wagner. That's Tristan De Silva, the second-year man from Colorado. And now Kevin Huerter will have to check in for Duncan Robinson, who picked up the 2 fouls. Orlando inbounds to Wendell Carter Jr. Inside for De Silva. Deep right for Suggs. Misses the 3. Rebound comes away to Cade. Way up the forecourt to Asar for a slam. Heck of a pass by Cade to Asar Thompson. Suggs trying to inbound the ball. Almost couldn't. Coming to get it, Anthony Black, who's just checked in for the Magic. Banchero has it topside. Banchero backs on Cade at the right elbow. Banchero turns and fires and fills it up.
Number 1.
Well within his range.
Number 1 draft picks going at the first in the draft by both teams.
20-10 Orlando. Halfway through the first. Cade to the left wing. Stops and fires. It won't fall. Banchero with a rebound. Paolo Banchero to forecourt. Checked by Tobias on the left wing. Spins to the lane. Tobias knocked the ball away.
Foul on Tobias.
They're going to call it, I believe, on Tobias. Let's wait. It is a foul on Tobias Harris. Officials with a timely whistle, but it might have been for the out of bounds. But they finally do call it a foul. Banchero at the line. Gogo Batazzi checks in the middle, and Isaiah Stewart will check in for the Pistons. You may hear the crowd hollering, Stu.
He's going to come in there and be as physical as he can. And bringing him with Duren out there, and bringing that big lineup in, guys, is going to need to get some inside positioning. With only 2 points in the paint. Got to give it to Orlando. They're doing a good job of keeping the Pistons out of there.
Banchero with 2 free throws. Jamal Mosley changed his mind. He will not put Batazzi in the game. Carter Jr. still in the middle for Orlando. Pistons lob it to JD. Inside, got it blocked.
That was a foul in regular season.
Suggs with a hand on the arm and a hand on the ball. Anthony Black has it topside for the Magic. All the way across the floor and deep on the right wing to Suggs. Missed the 3. Kevin Huerter with a rebound. Asar Thompson to forecourt. Lifts to Huerter topside. Here's the long gun. It goes. Kevin Huerter. That's a big-time basket, too. 22-13 our score. Suggs forecourt topside against Cade. Suggs gets to the lane. Right corner feed to Black. Right wing Banchero. They're moving the ball in a hurry. De Silva has it on the left side. It ends up in the right corner. In the hands of Suggs. Missed it. But the ball squirts away from the Pistons. Scooped up by Orlando.
Suggs is diving on the floor everywhere.
Suggs tapped it to Banchero. It's 22-13 Orlando. Banchero against Huerter. Pump fake on the left wing. Right corner feed to Anthony Black. He fires and misses. Nearly got nothing but air on that shot. Cade to forecourt. Lobs it deep to Stu. Off the glass, no, but he's fouled by Suggs.
Trying to get
kind of a grinded out start here.
I think it would be this kind of series.
Well, they're a big, strong team. The Pistons are bigger and stronger, but Orlando likes to play up almost the same way the Pistons do, don't they, Ricky?
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Suggs commits the foul. 4:25 to play in the first. Team fouls are 3-3. Karis LeVert checks in for the Pistons. JD to Cade near the basket. Left corner dish to Isaiah Stewart. Missed the 3. Banchero with a rebound. Paolo Banchero, right hands up the middle. Banchero met by Cade. Snaps the pass into the paint.
Dunk by Carter.
Black throws it inside and Carter slams it. 24-13. Orlando leads it. Cade forecourt, deep left wing. Cade down the lane of the basket. Lays it up, lays it in. He just took over there. Orlando rushes it up to Suggs. A blur down the lane. Suggs to the basket. Scores it off the square and draws a foul.
Suggs with 10 points.
These guys obviously got a big-time emotional lift for their blowout of Charlotte. Karis LeVert called for a foul. Tobias is checking back in. Jalen Duren will get a rest. Now Batazzi is on for Carter Jr. in the middle for the Magic.
Well, they needed to keep a big guy in there, but when I look at this Orlando Magic team, they're real tough, man. Getting to the free throw line.
Suggs with the and one. It's 27-15 Orlando. 3.5 and some change left in the first. Cade to Kevin Huerter. Huerter left corners to Karis LeVert. 3 on the way. It's through. Karis LeVert with a long gun that goes. 27-18. Big time basket for the Pistons. Trying to stay close enough to the Magic. Banchero forecourt right wing. Banchero down the lane. Tried to slam it. Stu got him. Blocked him at the iron. Pistons the other way. Tobias to Cade and a jam. The Pistons rally and the crowd's going crazy. What a block by Isaiah Stewart to start this rush. Best in the league at defending at the rim. He set up the fast break and the stuff by Cade with a big time block. Orlando will take a timeout. 3:06 to play in the first. 27-20 Magic on the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons.
These days, prices are going up all over. You have to stretch every dollar. That's why Wallside is stretching out your payments with 82 months, 0% interest, plus half off every window. Wallside's energy-efficient windows means lower heating and cooling costs. This never-before offer, 82 months, 0% interest, will never come again. From your place for affordable quality, Wallside. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
George Blaha with bad boy Rick Mahorn. Courtside at Little Caesars Arena. The Pistons just got a big-time block from Isaiah Stewart. Started a fast break. Ended with a flush by Cade Cunningham. And they've shortened up the lead that was 13 down to 7. Pistons now with 9 on the fast break. Rick, Isaiah Stewart does amazing things around the basket defensively, doesn't he?
He does. He's one of the leading shot blockers in the NBA. And when you try to challenge him, hey, that was a good challenge. I mean, it could have went either way, but he challenges everything. That's what makes him so special.
The timeout break brought to you in part by Kia, an automotive partner of your Detroit Pistons. Game 2 will be here Wednesday against Orlando. By the looks of things, they squeezed everybody in here for Game 1. Ben Wallace is in the place, was just introduced. You can hear the gong for Ben. The Big Ben gong, and the crowd loves Ben Wallace, and they should.
I'm still waiting on the afro. Fear the fro, baby.
There you go.
And Rip Hamilton's in the house, too.
Right. Rip in the front row with Ben. Rip's son has decided to play college basketball at Oakland University.
That's good.
That'll be great. He's in town. We'll get to see the Ripster plenty. Orlando, out of their timeout, comes to forecourt. It's Anthony Black against Herter. Top side of Bataze. Bataze bothered by Stu. Leaves it there for Desmond Bane. Bane to the baseline. Bane guns on the run. It won't go. Bataze tries to tap it. It's batted around. Picked up in the corner. Miss for De Silva. Pistons to forecourt. JB wants him to hurry. Cade has it left wing against Black. Goes behind the back. Down the lane to the rim.
Ooh.
Hits the floor. He
pulled the chair.
On the side of the head. I wouldn't mind seeing that one again. Fouls on Anthony Black.
I mean, he pulled the chair, George. And I've done it plenty of times.
Cade at the free throw line. First one's up and it's in. 27-21. Pistons trailed by 13 a couple of minutes ago. 2:32 to play in the first. Cade sends the second and scores it.
Cade Cunningham with 9 points.
And Ricky, the Pistons with a 7-0 run. Hustle man Ron Holland's about to check in. Franz Wagner is back for Orlando. Cross courts to De Silva. Back to Wagner on the left wing. Karis LeVert up in his grill. Wagner tries to get by him. Fires on the run. It's in and out. Karis LeVert with a rebound. Races to forecourt. Top side to Cade. Cade down the lane. Tried to dump it off to Tobias, but it's swiped. Bain to the basket on the other end. Lays it up lefty and in. 27-22. Pistons rushing up. Tobias to the basket. Dunked it. He has 4. It's 27-24. De Silva. Left wing to Anthony Black. Left corner to Wagner's. Time for the 3, but it's way long. Batted outside. Black recovers on top. He bricks a 3. Rebound comes away to Karis LeVert. Karis to Cade. Cade stop and go to the lane. Deep to Stu. Ball batted away and out of bounds by Orlando. Cade's going to get a rest. Danis Jenkins checks in. Kevin Huerter comes out. Replaced by Ron Holland. 1:26 to play in the first. Karis LeVert from the right baseline to trigger. Way outside with the inbounds pass. Danis catches on top. Gets a screen from Stu. Danis to the right wing. Long gun. It goes. They're tied at 27. How about that? 1:12 left in the first. Orlando hit the Pistons with a couple of knockout punches, but they didn't knock them out, and the Pistons have come running back. It's 29-27. That's our score.
I can't believe they called that foul on Isaiah Stewart, much as the physicality is out there.
They just blew the whistle on Stu.
Orlando has yet to miss a free throw right now. They're 5 for 5. They're 5 for 5 at the free throw line. But when I tell you the physicality, it's like it's all interpretation of what the referees see. And if they want a game where they're going to stop play every time, they won't foul.
Bataze allegedly drew the foul, makes 2 free throws. Scoreboard had it 27-27. Actually, it was 29-27. Now it's 31-27. Orlando. Tobias left of the lane. Spins to the paint. Fires. It won't fall. Rebound tapped outside. Wagner has it. Franz Wagner shovels to Desmond Bain for a deep left long gun. In and out. Rebound to Silva after it was batted around. And he flips it up and in. Pistons rush it up to Karis LeVert. Bounce to Danis Jenkins. Long ball left wing, no. Bain with a rebound, saves it for Franz Wagner with 26 seconds to play in the first. And Orlando leading 33-27. Wagner against Karis LeVert. Wagner keeps the dribble, gets to the right baseline, fires off the high glass, no. Dunked on the follow, though, by Bataze. It's 35-27 Orlando. Danis Jenkins to forecourt. Danis down the lane to the basket, laid it up, no. Got a tap on the shot by Bataze. That's a block, and that means it's officially over here in the first. Orlando's come back to lengthen their lead. The 13-point lead was whittled to 2, but they now lead 35-27 after 1. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pistons Basketball Network.
Did you know StockX started in Detroit? From a small team in 2016 to a global marketplace today. We've stayed true to our roots, built on transparency, driven by culture. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to buy and sell the latest sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and more. From the greatest grails to the hottest drops, every release you're looking for is here, even after it sells out. Built in Detroit. Trusted worldwide. Download the app or sign up online. StockX. Now you know.
Rougiette is helping men take control of their sexual health with Ready, the 3-in-1 ED treatment that works in as fast as 15 minutes. At Rougiette.com, board-certified doctors build your personalized treatment plan with meds shipped discreetly to your door. 100% online, zero judgment. Just ED treatment formulated with proven ingredients. Rougiette, official men's prescription partner of the Detroit Pistons. Get started at Rougiette.com/Pistons. That's RUGIET.com/Pistons.
Did you hear? Now when you play Cash Pop from the Michigan Lottery, there are not 4, but 8 drawings every hour. That means twice the... Yeah! Twice the... I love this game! And twice the chance to scream... I won! So just by matching one of 15 numbers, you now have more chances for winning up to $5,000. More drawings means more numbers dropping and more cash popping. So now there's twice the fun when you play Cash Pop. Yes! Only from the Michigan Lottery. Cool. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Pistons shot 9 for 21. That's 4-29 in the first quarter. Orlando shot 13 for 29. That's 4-48. The Magic ended up shooting 3 for 13 from 3. They started 3 out of 4 with a lot of help from Jalen Suggs. Suggs scored 11 in the first, Banchero 9. Cade had 9 for the Pistons. And the Pistons starting to show their muscle in the paint, but they're still down 16-8 in points in the paint. That generally favors them almost every time.
Well, Jalen Duren has yet to score. He's got 2 rebounds, and Orlando took away that inside presence.
Anthony Black to forecourt for Orlando. Gives to Franz Wagner into the paint to Black. A hanging gun won't go. There's some contact. They're going to get Jalen Duren for his first foul.
Orlando's not fearing the paint right now. Probably have to call Ben Wallace, but they're giving him the 2 shots for free throws. And the way that they've been calling this game is like they should have just let that go.
They started the game letting them play, but now they've tightened it up a lot. Black misses the first free throw this time on the JD foul. Missed the next. Rebound comes away to Jalen Duren. First minute, second quarter. Pistons are down 35-27. Danis Jenkins takes the pass, wraps it around. Left corner to Ron Holland, deep on the left wing. To Duncan Robinson, missed the 3. To forecourt comes Bain down the lane. Lefty hook on the run, blocked by JD. Tobias on the run. Tobias to the basket. He is tackled by Wendell Carter Jr.
Carter had him at the waist. Referee saw that they gripped him, but I tell you, JD got up so high on that last one, you got to throw it up there real high in order for him not to get the block shot.
Yeah, he sure did, Rick. Tobias at the line. Gets the first.
Well, nobody has a big advantage getting to the free throw line. You know, maybe 8-6 in favor of the Orlando Magic's attempts.
Yeah, there's 6 out of 8. Pistons now 5 out of 5, thanks to the first free throw from Tobias, and he nails the next. Tobias is 4 for 4. at the stripe. Pistons are within 6. Anthony Black to forecourt against Danish Jenkins. Top side to Franz Wagner. Eyeball to eyeball with Tobias. Wagner left wing to Desmond Bain against Ron Holland. Bain to the baseline. A tough force from 19. No. Long rebound. Batted away by Ron Holland to Tobias. Tobias with a jam. Big time defensive play by Ron Holland. Nice dish to Tobias and a dunk. It's 35-31 Orlando.
Defense is always going to be your calling card if you're the Pistons. Got to make sure that you get turnovers.
Franz Wagner on the right wing for the Magic. Wagner down the lane.
Foul.
And he ran into Tobias. They're going to call Tobias for his second foul. These guys are starting to get a little whistle happy here.
So you can always challenge it.
Tobias looking toward J.B. Bickerstaff saying it really wasn't a foul.
Like I said, it's going to be hard to get a challenge on a lot of these things because they don't let a lot of things go.
Wagner got the first free throw to go.
And these referees have a lot of pressure on them to make the right call. The Pistons got to force some more turnovers.
And the Pistons have turned it 5 times, Orlando only twice. Wagner with a pair of free throws. So it's 37-31 Magic. Just under 10.5 to play in the first half. Danish Jenkins against Jamal Cain. Fourth-year man from Marquette to forecourt. Left wing to Tobias. Tobias against Wagner. On top to Danis. Shot clock's inside 5. Danis turns, fires, it's in and out. A long gun rimmed away to Carter Jr. Desmond Bain up the right side. Bounces it deep to Wagner. Franz Wagner, lefty hook, no. Rebound tapped outside to J.D. Pistons on the run. Ron Holland to the basket. Winds it up and throws it down. Wow. Hustle man makes it 37-33. Desmond Bain spinning to the lane. Way outside to Wendell Carter Jr. and he triples. He does have 3-point range. It's 40-33 now. Orlando, 9:24 to play here in the first half. Danish Jenkins up the right side against Cain. Danish goes topside. Cain down to his ankles to try and stop him. And James Williams will call the foul on 6'7", 191-pound Jamal Cain from Marquette.
And now they're bringing in Ben Carroll and Suggs, who did a lot of damage on the Pistons in that first period. Got a good rest.
Bain and Wagner come out. Ron Holland will trigger from the right sideline. On top to Danis. Left wing. Duncan Robinson fakes a pass. Goes to the basket.
Block.
Ball batted away on a block by Banchero.
I mean, this Orlando Magic team is not afraid right now.
This is trying to inbound the ball. Knocked out of bounds by Banchero. J.B. Bickerstaff is hot at Kevin Scott. Thought there was too much grabbing and holding as the Pistons were trying to inbound the ball. Now Danis from the right corner.
Foul on
over Cain. And Anthony Black falls down into Duncan Robinson on the right wing.
Well, JB got that foul. You know, does he want it to be one of those games that's going to be stop and shoot?
It's a dead ball foul. Puts Tobias at the free throw line.
Tobias is 5 for 5 when you look at this game and say, okay, what's the deal?
Danis from the right corner to inbound way outside for Jalen Duren. Back to Danis Jenkins. Screen from JD. Danis to the basket, flips it up. It's going to come up short, but a whistle and a foul as they scramble for the rebound. A foul on Orlando. Foul is called on Jamal Cade. Cade went at Brian Forte a little bit, being held back by Suggs.
And Danis misses the first free throw.
Danis with a missed free throw. That's the first miss for the Pistons. They're 7 out of 8. 14 fouls on the Magic. Another miss for Danis. Orlando with the basketball. Suggs to forecourt. Top side of Banchero. Hands it off to Kane. Leaves it on top for Banchero. Shot clock at 6. Banchero with the drive. Lays it off for Kane inside, and he scores it off the square. 42-34 Orlando.
18 points in the paint right now for Orlando.
Pistons to JD trying to get 2 in the paint himself. Does. Goes through the Magic and lays it in. He is first scratch.
Calling another foul. It's like, what do you want? How do you want this game to go?
Another whistle, another foul. Another on Duncan Robinson. Reached around and poked the ball away from Kane. Duncan's going to have to come out. That's his third foul. Tobias comes out as well. Right now, Cade, Danis Jenkins, Javonte Green, JD, and Asar Thompson for the Pistons to the basket with a catch and a slam. Anthony Black for Orlando. 44-36. The Magic have not let up. Cade to forecourt against Kane. High screen from Javonte Green. Cade to the basket, throws it up. It's off the glass. No.
He was trying to throw that lob to Duren to get him going.
Orlando with the basketball. It's Banchero, left side against Javonte Green. Winging the right to Kane, almost lost it out of bounds, gets it back. Gets the ball to Suggs. Suggs will rise and fire and miss from distance. Danis Jenkins way up for the rebound.
But a foul on him.
Kane hit the floor, and a loose ball foul called on Jalen Duren.
Did they get that to Duren or did they get that to Danis? Oh, he did push him in the chest. I don't know. I mean, this is the kind of game they calling.
Everything is being called right now. Everybody's got to be careful. This is the playoffs where they usually don't call every little nudge.
And there's another foul.
Backing in is Banchero.
Javonte Green, he's upset with James Williams, the referee, and is heated.
They do call it on Javonte. Pistons are in the penalty with 7:35 to play in the first half. Crowd gets a look at it. They don't like it.
Well, they're looking at the first initial play before they called the foul.
Banchero's first free throw bounces off the rim and away. $7:35 to play in the half. Pistons on the short end, 44-36. Banchero scores on the second. So Orlando leads by 9 with 7.5 to play in the half. They had a 13-point lead early. Cade has it, top side. Cade against Black. Squares up and fires. It's off the heel, long rebound. Saved outside by Danis. Quick hands to the basketball. Danis to the lane. Got some contact. Missed the shot, but he did draw a foul. Bancaro got him on the shot try. Heads up play by Danis Jenkins. Both teams in the penalty now. Danis will step to the stripe. We still have 7 and 13 to play in the first half.
And that's what I mean. If you're looking at this game and you say, do you want the way they were calling it the first quarter, or do you want the way they're playing it now? Because now it's going to be a lot of stoppage of play.
You breathe on somebody now, it's a foul. Danis with the first free throw. It's up and it's in.
Sometimes you got to make your mind up. How do you want your dinner served?
You want to carry out? Both free throws go for Danis Jenkins. 45-38 Orlando. Suggs to forecourt, wing on the right to Anthony Black. Black against Asar. Black holds that pivot foot. Right corners to Kane, pass inside. Swipe by Javonte Green. Forecourt to Cade. Leaves it for Asar to the basket. Hit down, missed the shot, but fouled up and flushed by J.D. Looked like Asar was fouled. They don't call it, but Jalen Duren was there to clean it up anyway. J.D. with 4. The Pistons down 5. Suggs to Bancaro. Bancaro to the right baseline. Fires, fills it up.
Bancaro
has a dozen.
It's hard to stop him when he gets in a rhythm. He's 4 for 6 from the floor.
Cade to forecourt. Stops on the right wing. Guns for 3. It's off the iron. Tapped outside to Jalen Duren by Asar. Bancaro tried to knock it away, but he knocked it out of bounds. Shot clock's at 11. We'll go to a timeout with 6 and 16 to play in the first half. Very, very strong start early for Orlando, and the Pistons have been playing catch-up basically ever since. Orlando 47, the Pistons 40, 6 and 16 to play in the half. This one coming to you from downtown Detroit, and this is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
Did you hear? Now when you play Cash Pop from the Michigan Lottery, there are not 4, but 8 drawings every hour. That means twice the... Yeah! Twice the... I love this game! And twice the chance to scream... I won! So just by matching one of 15 numbers, you now have more chances for winning up to $5,000. More drawings means more numbers dropping and more cash popping. So now there's twice the fun when you play Cash Pop. Yes! Only from the Michigan Lottery. Cool! Know your limits is always the best bet.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Pistons catching up in points in the paint. Magic with 20 and the Pistons with 16. And the Pistons do have an advantage, 15-7 on the fast break. Pistons have turned it 6 times. Orlando's only turned it over 3 times. Suggs got that great start. He had all 11 of his in the first quarter. Paolo Bancaro now with a dozen. Pistons have nobody in double figures. Tobias and Cade each have 9. Rick, this is not what you wanted, but it's probably what you expected from an Orlando team that's big and strong. Been up and down all season. Franz Wagner missed much of the season. Other guys have missed time. And they got a major boost when they blew out Charlotte in that battle for the 8th spot.
Losing that game
picks you up psychologically.
Yeah, it kind of gave you a second chance after the way the playing game is set up. That the two teams, the one that won and the one at 8, they get a chance and have it. And the fact is that the fact of the matter is that they're still on a rhythm. They had 2 games before. And the Pistons are starting to, get their rhythm going, especially in that second half.
Cade and Isaiah Stewart having a conversation right now, obviously plotting some strategy. Cade and Stu, Asar Thompson, Javonte Green, and Kevin Huerter on the court for the Pistons. Cade inbounds to Asar, gets it back on top. Screen from Stu. Right corners to Javonte Green, back in the right wing to Cade. Cade to the baseline, fires, fills it up. Big time basket, 47-42, Orlando by 5.
Getting Cade always looking, but you got to make sure that you keep him in front of you if you're on the defensive end.
Suggs top side for Orlando. Now against Javonte Green. Gives to Banchero against Asar. Banchero to the baseline. Fall away. No. Off iron to Asar. Asar right hands up the left side. Nice deep bounce to Javonte. Tried to jam it. Got it blocked. He hits the deck. They're going to call a foul, and they should. The foul's on Jalen Suggs.
All you have to do with these coaches, if you disagree, all you got to do is challenge.
Javonte at the line to the right in front of the Piston bench. Jalen Suggs still arguing with Brian Forte about the foul call. First free throw falls for Javonte. Desmond Bane kind of telling Jalen Suggs, get your head back in the game here. Second free throw does not drop for Javonte Green. So it's 47-43. Orlando by 4. 5:26 to play in the first half. Suggs on top, gets a Banchero screen on Huerter. Gives to Banchero, almost lost it. Right corner it goes. A miss by Jamal Cain. Pistons boarded. Javonte Green with a rebound. Asar topside to Isaiah Stewart. Pitches it in low right to Cade. Turns, fires. It's a little bit long. Comes off to Banchero. Low on the left. To Bane. Nearly lost it and now did lose it out of bounds thanks to red-hot dogged D from Asar Thompson. 4:54 to play in the half. Cade against Kane. Kane is 6'7". High screen from Stu. Bounce back inside to Isaiah Stewart. Deeper to Javonte. Javonte shot no, but another foul. James Williams calls the foul on Goga Batadze. Javonte back at the free throw line with 4:42 to play in the first half. Pistons down 47-43 here in downtown Detroit. Javonte Green's first free throw is up and in. Pistons within 3. 4:42 to play in the half. Javonte takes his time. 4 dribbles. Here's the free throw. It's up and it's down. Nice job by Javonte. Pistons trail by only 2 now. Suggs to forecourt for Orlando. Gives to Banchero on the right wing pass inside intended for Wagner. Tapped away by the Pistons. Cade to forecourt. Pocket nearly picked by Suggs. Now it is. He'll bounce it forecourt to Desmond Bain. Alone for a long gun. Left wing, no. Rebound tapped out for Banchero. Banchero to the basket. Runs into Stu. Misses the shot, but that's going to be a whistle and a foul on Isaiah Stewart. His second.
It's not going to be too many challenges, especially the physicality of the game.
Banchero at the free throw line. It didn't look like much of a foul in the replay we saw. Banchero hits the first free throw. Pistons have never led in the ball game. They trail by 3 with 4:18 to play in the half. Make it 4. Banchero strikes twice at the stripe. Banchero has 14. Suggs has 11, all 11 in the first quarter. Cade to forecourt, now to Stu on the right wing against Batadze. Hands it back to Cade. Cross-court dish. Tapped by Asar Thompson to Cade. Pass goes right corner. Javonte Green misses. Asar battling inside for the rebound. Can't control it.
We had 2 of them right there. 2 near misses close to the basket.
Suggs to forecourt, now to Wagner. Wide left to Banchero against Herter. Double team help from Javonte Green. Back to Wagner, starts his drive. Ball tapped away by Asar. Pistons on the run. Herter to the basket, missed it. Flipped up and in by Asar Thompson.
Timeout by Orlando.
Orlando will take time. We have 3:34 to play in the first half. The Magic 49 and now the Pistons 47. Keyed by some Asar Thompson defense. The Pistons fighting back here in downtown Detroit. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
That timeout break brought to you in part by Kia, an official vehicle sponsor of your Detroit Pistons. Well, the Pistons have pulled within 2 here. It's 49-47 Orlando with 3:34 to play in the first half. Kevin Herter, Tobias Harris, Cade, Asar Thompson, and Stu on the court for the Pistons.
Right now the Pistons are doing it with their defense and forcing turnovers, getting six of them for 9 points, but it's the deflections that you get. You get Orlando and no, they're not in a good rhythm.
People helping us make this go, our studio host Jeremy Otto, studio engineer Jenny Hornatsky, and our courtside engineer, the invaluable Tim Jetski. George and Rick with Joe Abramson, our longtime excellent statistician, watching the Pistons in Game 1 of the postseason They fell behind early by as many as 13. They have never led, but they're threatening to take their first lead. We have 3:34 to play in the first half. Orlando 49, the Pistons 47. Some moisture in the lane being wiped up by the ball boys now, by the Piston basket.
Well, the Pistons are shooting 38% from the floor. Orlando's 42, but the thing is, the Pistons are doing it with their defense, and that's what you hang your hat on until your offense gets to clicking.
Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Desmond Bain, Paulo Banchero, and Gogo Batadze for Orlando. Orlando going to the hoop to our left in front of their bench. Suggs up the right side. Top side for Batadze, lost the pass. Somehow saved it, but Asar intercepts on the save. Asar to the basket. Ball batted away by Batadze. Asar in the air, nowhere to go, and Batadze knocked the ball away. Franz Wagner to forecourt for the Magic. 3:07 to play in the half. Banchero catches a pass topside, turns, fires, and triples. They continue to hang on to that lead. 17 for Banchero. It's 52-47 Orlando. 2:50 to play in the half. Tobias Harris, deep left wing against Banchero. To Cade inside against Wagner. Wagner shoving him in the back as Cade backs in mid-post. He'll turn to the paint and misfire, but he was fouled about 5 times. James Williams finally calls the foul.
And see, when you look at this game and you look at it, you go, okay, what's different in this foul than that foul? And Cade with a couple of nice hits to the chest.
Cade at the free throw line to the right. First one's up and off the heel. It's still 52-47 Orlando. 2:36 to play in the first half. Cade has 11 points. Looking for 12 here, and he finds it. Splits at the stripe. It's 52-48. Orlando by 4. 2:34 to play in the half. Franz Wagner up the middle for the Magic. Left wing now against Herter. Top side to Suggs against Cade. Sideline right to Carter Jr. Back to Suggs on the sideline. Short with a long ball. Rebound to Cade.
Suggs has yet to score.
Cade down the lane. No looks it to Stu. And Stu is fouled trying to go up and jam it.
I mean, this has been a long quarter.
Fouls on Suggs.
It's been a long quarter just with these fouls being and free throws being shot.
2:09 still to go till halftime. Isaiah Stewart at the free throw line. First one's up and a little strong off the heel.
3 fouls on Suggs right now.
Suggs has gone cold after a 3-for-4 start. He's now 4 for 11. Stu gets the second free throw to fall. Danced, but then it dropped. It's 52-49 Orlando. The Magic to forecourt. Moving it right to left across your radio. Wagner back near the timeline. Screen from Carter Jr. The pass goes topside to Carter Jr. Left wing to Banchero. Banchero against Herter to the baseline. Up fake, and now the shot. It's off the heel. Herter right in his face. Made that shot a little tougher than you might think. Tobias with a drive for the Pistons. Right down the lane. Did not drop. Try to catch his balance out of bounds.
Orlando has numbers.
Right now it's 5 against 4. Now Tobias races to forecourt. Banchero backs in, lost the ball. Scooped up by Stu, ahead to Cade. Cade right into Wagner, flips it up, lefty and in.
Another turnover. Pistons are using their defense to get points.
Good job by Kevin Herter to start that play. Suggs in forecourt to Bain deep on the right wing. Bain to the right corner. Fires. It's going to be long. Rebound Cade. A minute to play in the half. Pistons are down 1. They've never led. Cade, topside long gun, off the iron. Carter Jr. with a rebound to Desmond Bain. Bain shoots the pass left corner to Wagner all by himself, and he triples.
Just when you get close enough, they come with and make a three.
It's 55-51 Magic. 40 seconds to play in the half. Kevin Huerter, topside three for the Pistons, won't go. Banchero with a rebound. 30 seconds to play in the half.
Trying to get two for one.
Suggs across the timeline, hangs on to it. Shot clock down to 11. He's still back near the timeline. Shot clock's at 8. Puts it on the deck. Shoots a pass right corner to Wendell Carter Jr. The three ball won't go through. Stu with a rebound to Asar Thompson. Asar in a hurry up the left side. 5 seconds to play in the half. Inside for Tobias. Baseline gun won't go as time runs out. So the Magic hang on to the lead they've had the entire first half here in downtown Detroit. It's halftime of Game 1 of the Pistons postseason run. The Orlando Magic 55 and the Pistons 51. The Mellow Mr. Mark champion is next here on the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Your Detroit Pistons are Central Division champions for the first time since 2008. Now be a part of the excitement as they make their run in the 2026 NBA playoffs and bring that all-dog energy back to Little Caesars Arena. Head to Ticketmaster.com/Pistons. Secure your spot right now. You already know this is Detroit basketball. All dog.
These days, prices are going up all over. You have to stretch every dollar. That's why Wallside is stretching out your payments with 82 months, 0% interest, plus half off every window. Wallside's energy-efficient windows means lower heating and cooling costs. This never-before offer, 82 months, 0% interest, will never come again. From your place for affordable quality, Wallside. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons.
Did you know StockX started in Detroit? From a small team in 2016 to a global marketplace today. We stay true to our roots, built on transparency, driven by culture. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to buy and sell the latest sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and more. From the greatest grails to the hottest drops, every release you're looking for is here, even after it sells out. Built in Detroit. Trusted worldwide. Download the app or sign up online. StockX. Now you know.
This is the Detroit Pistons halftime show on the Pistons Radio Network. Here's your host, Jeremy Otto.
Halftime brought to you by Belfour Property Restoration. 55-51 in favor of Orlando here. Going to welcome back in Mark Champion sitting courtside. Mark has the recap of that first half.
Yeah, it was an interesting first half of basketball, that's for sure. I mean, the Pistons got themselves into a pretty deep hole, 18-5 to start the game. Got a three-pointer from Cade and kind of settle things down a little bit. It was a 27-15 lead for Orlando, and then the Pistons got a triple from Karis LeVert, went on a nice little run, and brought the deficit down to just 2 points at 29-17. 27. However, the Magic would close out the quarter on a 6-0 finish. Second period, the Pistons actually won the quarter 24-20, despite shooting only 30% from the field. And the Pistons only trail by 4 in this game, shooting 35 from the field, 29 from 3, and missing 5 free throws. Pretty amazing. They would have grabbed the lead. Cade Cunningham missed a top-of-the-key 3, and at the other end, Franz Wagner was able to hit a corner 3 to give them the 55-51 lead. So despite all the cold shooting, the Pistons are right there if they can turn up the heat. Their defense came up with some turnovers, and they cashed in with 11 points off 8 mistakes by the Orlando Magic. So, Banchero has 17. He did get to the free throw line 6 times. And again, Orlando is first in the NBA in free throws attempted, free throws made. And against the Pistons in the 4 meetings, averaged 35.5 free throw attempts. So far, 14, so not bad. The Pistons got to the line and put up 19, but unfortunately missed 5 of those. Only one Piston in double figures. Cade, despite 5 for 12, has 14 points. Tobias Harris with 9, and the Piston bench, all 6 players have scored in the game. Banchero with 17, Suggs with 11, but Suggs did most of his damage in the first quarter, and he has missed his last 6 three-point attempts. So that, is a difference. A team that puts up a lot of threes, if they're hot, they're hot. If they're not, they're not. And Orlando shooting just 28% from three-point range, Jeremy. So this game is very much in hand if the Pistons can start making some shots.
Well, Mark, it was kind of weird. It's almost like Orlando sped the Pistons up in the first 10 minutes, which is just something we haven't seen. I mean, it's one thing for them to struggle from the field, but to see them, I don't want to say look nervous out there, whatever it might be, or just rusty maybe is what it comes down to.
Yeah, I think that was it. And you talked about that. I mean, I think that was the factor. And I think that Orlando at one point in that first quarter kind of out-physicaled the Pistons at their game. And that turned around. Remember when Stu came in and came up with that block shot of Banchero that brought the building down. That was about at the 3:06 mark, and that's when the Pistons went on that run and got it down to 29-27.
Yeah, just haven't been able to hit that, shot they really need. I mean, it feels like the big dunk, they're within 5 or within 2 or within 1, and then, Orlando makes a big 3 and goes on a little 4-0, 5-0 flurry. That's really what it's been the whole half.
Yeah, I mean, the Pistons have missed, handful of shots at the rim, and those are shots that normally would be going in. The Pistons, a very good shooting team, especially in the second half of the season. So, I think you'll start to see these shots drop. But once again, the Piston defense is what gets their offense going. We saw that a little bit out on the fast break where the Pistons put up 18 points, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, and even a guy like Javonte Green, he only plays 5 minutes in this first half, but, gets himself a couple steals, has 3 to 4 at the free throw line. That's what they need in moments like that. And, Mark, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he comes off the bench at some point when you least expect it and hits a corner 3 to put him up.
Well, that's where his spot is. There's no question. He hit one, and then he had a good look at another that just didn't go down. And, I was sitting here with Blake Mahorn, Rick Mahorn's son, and he pointed out in that first free, he says, well, we got to get our defensive unit in there, and that's exactly what JB did with Ron Holland and Javonte Green and Stu, so it helped to turn around the game a little bit. Now they just got to come out in the first 5 minutes and get the job done.
And maybe you would have saw those guys a little bit sooner if they weren't needing the points that they did because they were playing from behind the whole time.
Yeah, that doesn't help you to get down early. But, Detroit has faced this. They've had games where they have been down by double digits and rallied to come back. Orlando is a team that relies a lot on their outside shooting. Banchero earlier on was attacking the rim. It's what he did against Charlotte, and it was extremely effective. He kind of got away from that a little bit in the second quarter, still had 17 points and 7 rebounds.
Well, part of me wonders, but we talked about this in the pregame show as well, right? This Magic team played Wednesday. They played Friday, had to fight to get to positioning as well. They had such a sprinting first half, if you will. Maybe they'll tire out even in this second half.
Well, you could hope so. I think if the Piston pressure is put upon them, then, that could be a factor. But I just think the Pistons got through the first half. Despite the poor shooting, they're right there. And I'm sure that's what JB's telling them and saying go out there, make some shots, and get this game turned around.
All right, once again, 55-51 in favor of the Magic here at halftime, presented by Belfour Property Restoration. A look around the NBA after this on the Pistons Radio Network.
When it's playoff basketball, you got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in, because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we want.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Prime.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Rougiette is helping men take control of their sexual health with Ready, the 3-in-1 ED treatment that works in as fast as 15 minutes. At Rougiette.com, board-certified doctors build your personalized treatment plan with meds shipped discreetly to your door. 100% online, zero judgment. Just ED treatment formulated with proven ingredients. Rougiette, official men's prescription partner of the Detroit Pistons. Get started at Rougiette.com/Pistons. That's RUGIET.com/Pistons.
Together, let's drive.
Halftime brought to you by Belfour Property Restoration here today. Jeremy Otto back with you, 55-51 in favor of the Orlando Magic. Halftime coming up, or the second half coming up soon at LCA. Look at some other scores. The Celtics all over the 76ers today, 123-90. The final in that one. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, that duo back and thriving for playoff basketball. Brown had 26. Tatum 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists as well. I'm sure all those Celtic fans smiling after he played just 16 games in the regular season. Big win by the Thunder over the Phoenix Suns as well. They heavily outscored them in both the first and third quarters, 119-84 the final. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 25, 15-17 from the free throw line, also 7 assists to add to that as well. Jalen Williams with 22, 7, and 6 assists as well. Trailblazers and Spurs coming up at 9 o'clock tonight. Both those teams pretty healthy. San Antonio with a 2-1 edge in the regular season as well. We will see what they can do as this game wraps up as well. Pistons down by 4. Look to come back in the second half. Back to George and Rick in just a few minutes here on the Pistons Radio Network.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
Did you hear? Now when you play Cash Pop from the Michigan Lottery, there are not 4, but 8 drawings every hour. That means twice the...
Yeah!
Twice the...
I love this game!
And twice the chance to scream...
I won!
So just by matching one of 15 numbers, you now have more chances for winning up to $5,000. More drawings means more numbers dropping and more cash popping. So now there's twice the fun when you play Cash Pop.
Yes!
Only from the Michigan Lottery.
Cool!
Know your limits is always the best bet.
These days, prices are going up all over. You have to stretch every dollar. That's why Wallside is stretching out your payments with 82 months, 0% interest, plus half off every window. Wallside's energy-efficient windows means lower heating and cooling costs. This never-before offer, 82 months, 0% interest, will never come again. From your place for affordable quality, Wallside. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
The Detroit Pistons lead the Eastern Conference and sit firmly among the NBA's top teams. Secure your 2026-27 Pistons membership powered by Ticketmaster and lock in playoff priority access. Member-only merchandise discounts and exclusive events like Meet the Team. Head to Pistons.com/memberships to lock in now. This is Detroit basketball all the time.
Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pistons Basketball Network.
Halftime brought to you by Belfour Property Restoration, 55-51 in favor of Orlando. Going to go back courtside at LCA. George and Rick standing by. And, guys, it's not often you see Cade Cunningham with just one assist at halftime. He does have 14 points. Let's see if he can't, pick up every facet of this game. And the team as well here in half number 2.
Well, they struggled out of the gate, no question about that. And Orlando was locked and loaded and ready to go. Suggs started him off with some threes. He's cooled off, but that gave him a really boost of confidence, I thought, Rick.
Well, the thing is, when you had a delay as long as the Pistons have, you got to make sure that you get the rhythm going, and that's what's happening. Like, finally got it in that second quarter, winning that second quarter 24-20. But when you got Jalen Duren, who gives you 20 and 10 right now, he's struggling as well.
4 points, 4 rebounds for JD, but most people, I'm sure, expect the real Pistons to show up in the second half.
And they normally do in the second half.
And they probably will. Third quarter's usually been theirs. Now Orlando will work the hoop to our right in front of the Piston bench. Magic get it first. Bain with a drive. Off to Carter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr. 10 away on the right. Scores it, and Tobias Harris just comes up a little bit gimpy with that left knee. It's 57-51. Duncan Robinson on the right baseline gives to JD. To the basket against Wendell Carter Jr. Knocked the ball away, and they're going to say it's off JD. So no foul. Change of possession. Orlando's basketball.
And that's the thing. You can't get emotionally attached to what the referees are not calling. Just fight through it.
Tobias seems to have shaken off the bump on the knee. He is guarding Bain on the right wing. Cross court to Suggs. High post to Carter Jr. Back deep on the right wing to Bain. Clock running out. Fires no. Rebound to Sarr. Asar Thompson lobs it inside for Jalen Duren. Knocked away and out of bounds.
And they didn't call a foul there?
By Orlando. It is a foul. Finally, it's kind of funny they don't indicate a foul until they've had a chance to think about it, I guess. JD at the free throw line to shoot 2. Pistons trail by 6. Just underway in the second half here in downtown Detroit. Game 1 of the postseason. Jalen Duren's first free throw is up and it's in. He has 5 and 4 rebounds in 15 minutes. Second one's off the heel. Rebound to Banchero. It's 57-52. Pistons down 5. Suggs to forecourt for the Magic. Suggs on the right wing. Top side to Banchero. Banchero to the left corner. Back on the wing to Bain. Bain to the lane. Fires. It's around and down.
He really kept Bain quiet in that first half. That's his first points in this period.
He's 3 for 10 in the game, Ricky. but they lead 59-52. Cade to forecourt on the left wing. Cade against Wendell Carter Jr. Pass ends up in the right corner. Tobias' three is in and out. Off the floor to Franz Wagner. Wagner quickly to Banchero in the post against Tobias. Spins and fires and fills it up. Pistons have to relax now, says JB.
No.
19 for Banchero at 61-52 Orlando. Cade on top.
Go right by Bane. Bane has 3 fouls.
Right corner to Tobias. Long gun, no. Rebound to Franz Wagner.
If they score this time, you guarantee a timeout.
Banchero, left corner against Tobias. Banchero's pass inside. A lob to Carter Jr. for a stuff. And Orlando has now taken more than just a double-digit lead. They lead by 11. The Magic 63 and the Pistons 52. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
I'm Cade Cunningham. In basketball and in life, it's all about respect. It's about getting respect and giving it. Sam Bernstein Law gets big-time respect for their results, their experience, and their resources. But they give respect too. By listening, by putting their clients first, by treating every person like family. Getting respect and giving respect. That's the Bernstein advantage.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that's what Bernstein means to me.
These days, prices are going up all over. You have to stretch every dollar. That's why Wallside is stretching out your payments with 82 months, 0% interest, plus half off every window. Wallside's energy-efficient windows means lower heating and cooling costs. This never-before offer, 82 months, 0% interest, will never come again. From your place for affordable quality, Wallside. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
George Blaha with Rick Mahorn and a somewhat surprised Piston home crowd. The Pistons been outscored 8-1 to start the second half. They now trail 63-52. Forced into a timeout.
It's usually at first 5 minutes and feel like the Pistons are still trying to get their mojo. I mean, the fact is that when they don't score, it's hard for them to get back, especially shooting 34% from the floor. Got to use your defense to generate your offense.
Rebound advantage to Orlando, 31-26. And they've shot .451 to, as Ricky said, 34% for the Pistons. But we're still barely halfway through the game. 9:35 to play here in the third. Orlando leads 63-52.
It's a long time. There's still a lot of time left in this game. And when you have layoffs like this, a lot of times you get thrown off balance, and usually that comes with the territory, especially being the Hornets.
Yeah, it's not a help. Pistons have not looked crisp so far in their execution.
No, they haven't. I mean, they turned the ball over 8 times, but only got 9. Orlando only has 9 points off those turnovers, but it's the rebounding, and it's also points in the paint. Pistons are usually dominant. Right now, Orlando has 26 to outscore the Pistons 20, and that comes with Jay Duren doing what he does in that paint, but they're not getting them the ball. Got to give it to Orlando with their defense.
Only 3 shot tries for JD. Pistons with the basketball out of the timeout. Asar right of the lane, fires from 14, fills it up. Every basket right now is a big one. A half a dozen for Asar. 63-54 Orlando. 9 and 10 to play in the third. Suggs against Duncan Robinson out high. Screen from Banchero. The ball to Banchero. Left corner is to Bain. Left wing to Suggs. He'll pass on the shot. Go to Bain in the corner. Misfires. Asar with a rebound. Quick out to Cade. Cade right-handing up the right side. Right corner's to Duncan Robinson. Off to J.D. Hands to Cade. Back to the right corner, and Duncan fires for three and fills it up. That's a big basket at 63-57. Orlando with the lead, 8.5 to play in the third. Banchero with the basketball. Baseline left to Suggs. His short 10-footer, no. Off iron to J.D. Cade starts down the lane. Left corner feed to Tobias. Fires for three, and it's through. Don't look now, but the Pistons have filed this lead back to 3. 8:09 left in the third.
Good timeout by JB.
Banchero topside.
Foul on Tobias Harris with a grab.
He's called for his third. 8 straight Piston points right now. Orlando inbounds to Banchero. Into the paint to Wagner. His shot won't fall. Tap by Suggs won't go. Rebound Jalen Duren to Asar. The bounce to Cade. Cade to forecourt. Cade on the right wing. Cade down the lane. Scoops and scores. Went to the right baseline. Now it's a 10-0 Piston run and only a 1-point Orlando lead. Cade Cunningham took it to the hoop against Banchero. Laid it up, laid it in, and now it's 63-62 Magic. They'll take a timeout with 7:45 to play in the third. This, folks, is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
George Blaha with Rick Mahorn and our numbers man, Joe Abramson, in downtown Detroit. Speaking of numbers, the Pistons on a run now. They have scored 10 straight, and Orlando's lead is down to 1 with 7:45 to play in the third. Magic 63, the Pistons 52. Orlando shooting right at 42%, just a hair under. The Pistons shooting percentage up to 39% and change. Rick Cade took it upon himself, found a way to get to the basket against Banchero, despite Banchero's size at 6'10" and 250. Cade laid it in. And the Pistons, leaders in fast break points, 21-10. Trail in points in the paint, but not by a bunch. It's 26-22 Magic in the lane. That timeout break, partially sponsored by Kia. a vehicle partner of your Detroit Pistons. Crowd anxious here, but it's somewhat natural for the Pistons to be shaking the rust off after a fair amount of time off.
Yeah, it's rusty, but you know, this Orlando team, I mean, all they want to do is try to steal one here, and it's usually the first game that a lot of teams try to take one, especially if you're the road team.
Anthony Black barely got the ball inbounded in time to Bain. Back to Suggs. Jalen Suggs across the timeline. Suggs to the right wing. Top side to Wendell Carter Jr. Leaves it there for Banchero. Inside for Carter Jr. Right corner to Bain. Missed the three. At his own rebound. Flipped it back up and in. Big time play for Desmond Bain.
Coming out of a timeout that's stopped the bleeding.
65-62 Orlando. 7:14 to play in the third. Pistons in forecourt. Cade in the left wing. Has some room on the wing and triples. Didn't take him long to decide to fire and fill it up. And we're tied at 65. Banchero on the left sideline for Orlando. In the corner to Bain. Foul line to Wendell Carter Jr. Now on top to Banchero. Jalen Duren challenges. Banchero fires anyway and fills it up. That's a long deuce. But the Magic continue to lead. The Pistons have never led at 67-65 Orlando. Cade to the lane. Facing jump hook. No. He was hit down. Didn't get a call. Rebound comes away to the Magic. From the left sideline,
Bain with the three.
Desmond Bain just tripled. And now it's a 5-point lead for the Magic. Cade to forecourt, right-handing right side. On top to JD, to the basket against Carter Jr. Shot is up and in.
They're exchanging baskets.
3 for 4 for Jalen Duren, 7 points, 5 boards. Pistons are down 3. Banchero on top for Orlando. Banchero, wing on the right to Suggs. Suggs with a drive. Left corner bounce to Carter Jr. On the left wing to Bain. Misfires. Tobias with a rebound. Tobias sees some room in the lane. Gets to the basket. Lays it up. Lefty. No. But he does draw a foul. Heads up decision by Tobias. Foul is on Suggs.
4.
That's 4 on Jalen Suggs, who's been a leader for Orlando, but he hadn't scored since the first quarter. Tobias at the free throw line. Two dribbles, and now the free throw's on the way and off the heel.
Usually money with Tobias Harris. He shoots such a well percentage.
Pistons 15 for 22 from the free throw line. The Magic 11 for 14. Ron Holland replaces Asar. Dennis Jenkins will rest Cade with 5:37 to play in the third. Orlando 70, the Pistons 67. Second is up and in for Tobias. He has 13. Cade has 19. Banchero has 21 to lead the Magic. Suggs to forecourt. On top to Anthony Black. Suggs on the left sideline. Top side to Banchero. To the paint against Ron Holland. Kind of runs over Ron Holland and hits the gun on the run.
That was a big boy move by Banchero. 23 points.
72-68.
Offensive foul on Duncan Robinson. No, on Jalen Duren. Wiping the guy out. Used his elbow.
The Pistons come to forecourt.
And a good acting job by Wendell Carter Jr.
Carter Jr. sold that call, but it is a foul, and that's the third on JD. Suggs to forecourt. Anthony Black gets it on top, gives it back to Suggs. Suggs passes on the shot from the right wing to Black on the baseline. Down deep, and Wendell Carter Jr. turns and slams.
Wendell Carter Jr., man, not normally known for scoring, but has 11 points, shooting 5 for 6 from the field.
Weighs 270 and uses it. Danis Jenkins, left corner to Ron Holland. Back to Danis on the wing. It's a screen from Ron. Now he's got Banchero on him. Wing on the right, bounce to Tobias to the paint. A floating gun in and out. Rebound comes long. Captured by Tristan Da Silva. Suggs to forecourt for Banchero, right of the lane. Orlando continues to hang on to the lead. 4:15 to play in the third. Anthony Black, left wing gunning for Orlando. His triple is right down the middle, and it's 77-68. 12-3 run for the Magic. 4 to play in the third. Danis, topside. Poked away by Black, and Black knocks it out of bounds. Shot clock at 14. Isaiah Stewart and Kevin Huerter check in for the Pistons. Duncan Robinson and Jalen Duren come out. Been a frustrating night so far for the home team here in the first game of the postseason.
Real frustrating for Jalen Duren. Only 7 points and 5 boards. Only shot 3 of 4 from the field.
Danis Jenkins with 14 on the 24. Inbounds to Kevin Huerter, gets it back. Left corners to Tobias. Guns for 3, won't go through. Anthony Black with a rebound. Black down the lane. Looked like he got away with an extra step. Laid it up and laid it in. And J.B. Bickerstaff wants to take a timeout.
Good timeout right now.
It's a 14-3 run for Orlando after the Pistons nearly took the lead away from the Magic. Pistons tied the score, but since then, a 14-3 run for Orlando. The Magic 79 and the Pistons 68. 3:43 to play here in the third at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Did you know StockX started in Detroit? From a small team in 2016 to a global marketplace today. We've stayed true to our roots, built on transparency, driven by culture. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to buy and sell the latest sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and more. From the greatest grails to the hottest drops, every release you're looking for is here, even after it sells out. Built in Detroit. Trusted worldwide. Download the app or sign up online. StockX. Now you know.
In a game of runs here in the third, the Pistons with a 13-2 run to tie the score at 65 after trailing by 11. That was 7:01 to play in the third, but since then it's a 14-3 tear for the Magic. Pistons took a timeout. Danis Jenkins has the ball in forecourt, deep on the right wing against Kane. Danis goes behind the back. Can't shake Kane. Goes down to the left baseline. Black takes him. 5 on the clock. Deep on the right to Ron Holland. Gets to the lane, lost the ball. Kane takes it away. He and Banchero with a double team.
2 number 1 picks and going at each other right now.
Banchero left corner against Cade.
Legal defense.
And Cade and the Pistons are called for 3 in the lane without guarding. It's on Isaiah Stewart, if you're counting.
You don't want the wheels to fall off right now. You just want to stay focused in on what you're doing.
Paolo Banchero at the line to the right, missed the first free throw. Gogo Batadze is checked in for Wendell Carter Jr. in the middle for the Magic.
Right now, J.B. Bickerstaff's looking for a group that play together.
Kane has it topside, lost it, poked away by Danis Jenkins to Ron Holland. Run down the lane trying to get to the basket. Thought he had drawn a foul, and the whistle does blow.
And Banchero wants him to challenge it. And they're going to look at it, on the Orlando bench.
It's on De Silva.
They're challenging it.
They'll challenge the call. So we'll wait until the officials make an announcement. The officials tonight, Kevin Scott, Brian Forte, Joe Forte's son, and Jason Goldenberg.
Orlando is challenging the on-court ruling of a defensive foul. That play is under further review.
Well, we'll hear from James Williams, who is the lead official. Goldenberg is just the number 4 official. James is the lead official. He and Kevin Scott looking over the replay.
And I'm trying to look over.
Foul.
I'm trying to see the replay, but they're not showing it on. They're showing it inside. And I like to see different angles. Did he hit it from the back of the, before they? Oh, he got ball from that angle, though.
Yeah. Ron Holland was trying to get to the rim, which he's very, very good at.
Well, he got ball from that angle, and we got an up-close angle right there. But, hey, you never know. Here's a different angle as well.
Well, you get a little bit of forearm as Ron went by.
Trying to figure out who got that forearm, though. And here we go.
After review, it has been determined that the defender, Black, when he reaches in, makes legal contact with the ball. At the time of the whistle, no one had possession. Therefore, it'll be a jump ball, center circle, any 2. The challenge by Orlando is successful. They keep their timeout. Orlando has 1 challenge remaining.
Well, he hit the ball, and next thing you know,
no foul. It took the foul away. So Goga Batazzi and Isaiah Stewart will jump it up at midcourt since nobody had possession. Ball's in the air. Tap by Stu to Cade. Pistons need some offense here and a stop or 2. Get some rhythm.
It's going to be all Cade right now.
Cade gets the bounce from Danis, gets to the basket, scoops and scores. And down went Batazzi. 21 for Cade.
Batazzi's complaining to the refs that he grabbed me by my beard.
With the basketball, Anthony Black for Orlando. On top to Banchero. Banchero to the lane. Left corner feed for Kane. Knocked away and out of bounds by Kevin Herter. Shot clock at 7. Franz Wagner for Kane to get a lot more offense in that switch for the Magic. Inbounding from the left corner is Black. Ball poked away but recovered on the left sideline by Banchero. He'll turn and force. It's no good. Off the deck to Stu. Danis Jenkins to forecourt. Danis down the lane. Pass on top for Cade. Pistons have 14 on the clock. Cade against Wagner. Guns for 3. It's off the iron. But knocked down hard is Ron Holland.
Ron Holland
always right in the middle of the action.
Always making something happen.
Fouls on Anthony Black. Looks like Black got him with a right hand.
And they want, JB's looking to see should they be calling, looking at it.
They're not going to look at it for a flagrant.
They're not going to look at it. I mean, JB's complaining about it. Still ain't get a referee, didn't give him the ball.
He got him in the chin.
Got to call the timeout.
Pistons inbound. Danis to Cade. Screen from Stu. Cade in the lane. Double team. Top side, Kevin Herter. Right wing bounce to Danis. Guns for three. Won't go through. Bancaro with the rebound.
Almost Stu, I think. Yep.
And a whistle.
Foul on Stewart.
The third foul on Isaiah Stewart. Things just are not going the Pistons' way.
And this third period is usually the Pistons' period.
So Tobias has three. Jalen Duren has three. Stu has three.
And Stu's kind of a reputation foul right there.
Anthony Black to forecourt for the Magic. Gives to De Silva. De Silva with a show-and-go move, lost the ball.
Foul on De Silva.
And he tried to kick somebody out of the way.
Stewart. Shooting.
And that's a shooting foul, I believe.
Yep.
Stu will walk the other way.
You know, that's kind of like what LaMelo Ball did in one of those playing games, and still was able to stay out there sticking his feet out tripping.
Yeah, that was surprising that he didn't get anything at all for that. And he took Miami's best player out of the game. Stu gets the first free throw. Now it's 79-71. Second was in and out and back in again. 79-72 Magic. A minute and 24 to play in the third.
Well, this combination that J.B. Bickerstaff has in there has been playing well.
Franz Wagner up to Batadze, left wing. Hands the ball to Bane. Desmond Bane with a leaning scoop falling to the baseline. And they're going to call a foul. He's on Ron Holland.
You can always challenge it. The crowd is upset.
As we take another look, I mean, Ron has turned the other way. Bane brushed him, and Ron gets the foul. Bane gets the first free throw to go.
And Desmond Bane has been very quiet, 5 for 15 with 12 points.
Well, he's 1 for 7 from three. He's usually deadly from there. 2 free throws for Desmond Bane. Here come the Pistons, down 81-72, 109 to play in the third. Danis Jenkins to the lane. In front to Stu, almost lost it, falling down, gets it back outside to Danis. Clock at 11, a minute to play in the third. Danis gives to Cade on top. Shot clock at 7, now it's at 5. Cade to the lane, turns, fires, fills it up. Sweet looking jump shot when the Pistons needed it. 81-74, Orlando by just 7, 50.6 to play in the third.
Calm and collected, Cade Cunningham.
He has 23. The Pistons trail by 7. Anthony Black to forecourt, right side against Danis. Top side bounce to Batadze against Stu. Left wing to Desmond Bane. Bane heads for the left corner. Fires from there. It's short. Ron Holland with a rebound. Ron Holland to forecourt. Ron Holland trying to get to the basket. Bane knocked the ball away to Franz Wagner. Now Desmond Bane with 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Split-second difference on the shot clock.
And he's got Isaiah Stewart on him.
Bane left sideline to Anthony Black. Shot is blocked. Pulled down though by Anthony Black. And the stick back for Batadze will not go. So the closing seconds were relatively kind to the Pistons here in the third. They are down 7, 81-74 after 3. Orlando more than game enough, and they have had game enough to have a 7-point lead after 3 in game 1 of the playoffs. officially. 81-74 Magic after 3 on the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons.
Rougiette is helping men take control of their sexual health with Ready, the 3-in-1 ED treatment that works in as fast as 15 minutes. At Rougiette.com, board-certified doctors build your personalized treatment plan with meds shipped discreetly to your door. 100% online, zero judgment, just ED treatment formulated with proven ingredients. Rougiette, official men's prescription partner of the Detroit Pistons. Get started at Rougiette.com/Pistons. That's RUGIET.com/Pistons.
Together, let's drive.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
Pistons still trailing. They have yet to lead in this first playoff game of the postseason. They're down 7 after 3. Orlando had an 11-point lead with 9:35 to play in the third. The Pistons with a 13-2 run to tie it at 65. With 7:01 to play in the third. Then Orlando hit him with a 14-3 tear to reestablish the lead, and now they lead by 7 after 3. Plenty of basketball left, however, in downtown Detroit.
It is, but you got to get other people more involved. Right now, Cade is carrying the Pistons with 23 points. Got to get JD, which he's back in the game, and get Tobias Harris, and also Duncan Robinson. Those guys are very important.
Duncan's played just 17 minutes, but he's had foul difficulty. Pistons with the first possession of the fourth in front of the Orlando bench to our left. Cade on the right wing. Cade to the lane. Cade to the rim. Guns on the run. No. Somebody got a piece of it. No foul called. Bain the other way in a hurry. Runs it up off the glass. Talk about an athletic move. In a split second, he scored it off the square. 83-74 Orlando. Cade with the basketball. To the basket. Hits the floor, and now they call a foul. It's on Anthony Black, his fourth. Just underway, fourth quarter. Desmond Bain has struggled 6 for 17, but he continues to be a timely scorer for the Magic as they try to keep this Piston team at bay. It's 83-74 Orlando. Cade's first free throw is up and it's in.
And the guard play for Orlando with the foul trouble, 4 for Anthony Black, 4 for Suggs, 3 for Bain. Got to keep attacking, and when Cade goes at him, all they can do is foul him.
2 perfect free throws. Cade has 25. 83-76 Orlando. Just underway in the fourth in downtown Detroit. Suggs up the left side. Top side of Carter Jr. Glendale Carter Jr. inside for Franz Wagner, and he runs up a hook and hits it. That was a tough shot. He has 10.
They have 38 points in the paint. Pistons only have 26.
85-76. Orlando leads it. Duncan Robinson knocked down. They don't call a foul. His pass inside is complete to Tobias, who scores. 85-78 Orlando. 10:50 left. Suggs with a baseline drive left. Almost lost it. De Silva gets it back. Shot clock at 9. Winging it right to Bain. Top side to Franz Wagner. Shot clock at 4. Wagner with an up fake. Ball knocked away by Tobias to Cade. Back to Tobias. Has it in the right corner. Finds Danis Jenkins. Danis on a drive. Top side is Duncan Robinson. Guns for 3. And it's through! A huge hoop! 85-81 with the downtown gun from Duncan Robinson. 10:08 to play. Suggs to forecourt. Winning the left to Bain. Near swipe by Danis. Now it's in Suggs' hands on the right wing. Shot clock at 8. Suggs, topside, gets a screen from Carter Jr., and he guns it down.
That's his first basket in the first half.
Had made a hoop since the first quarter. It's a 3, and it's 88-81 Orlando. Cade behind the back to the lane. Topside, Duncan Robinson finds Tobias. Tobias down the lane. Guns off the high glass, and it goes. 17 for Tobias. Pistons are within 5. 9:25 to go in playoff game number 1. Suggs to forecourt for Orlando. Down the lane with a hook on the run and a hoop is Franz Wagner. 90-83. Orlando does not stop scoring. Cade topside. Screen from JD. Cade for 3. And it's through! Big time triple for the Pistons star, who now has 28. It's now a 4-point lead. That's all for the Magic. Suggs to forecourt. Left wing to Carter Jr. De Silva has it in the lane. Flips it up over Duncan Robinson and in.
Finger roll.
With a half finger roll. 92-86. Orlando with the lead. Pistons with the ball. Pistons can't get any stops. They're going to have to keep scoring, and they lose the ball. Tapped away by Suggs to Franz Wagner. Wagner on top. Wagner to the lane. Line drive gun goes. On. That's like an impossible shot. But he hits it.
And he's going over to talk to James Williams about thinking it's a foul.
No foul on the play, but it is a hoop on the play. And it's 94-86 Magic. They continue to work some magic here in downtown Detroit. 94-86 Orlando. We have 8:15 to play in playoff game number 1 here at Little Caesars Arena. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Did you know StockX started in Detroit? From a small team in 2016 to a global marketplace today. We've stayed true to our roots, built on transparency, driven by culture. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to buy and sell the latest sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and more. From the greatest grails to the hottest drops, every release you're looking for is here, even after it sells out. Built in Detroit, trusted worldwide. Download the app or sign up online. StockX, now you know.
I'm Cade Cunningham. In basketball and in life, it's all about respect. It's about getting respect and giving it. Sam Bernstein Law gets big-time respect for their results, their experience, and their resources. But they give respect, too. By listening, by putting their clients first, by treating every person like family. Getting respect and giving respect. That's the Bernstein advantage.
R-E-S-B-C-T, that's what Bernstein means to
Pistons need to get very, very serious now. We have 8:15 to play, and they trail 94-86. Orlando continues to make shots. They're now shooting 48%.
And they're outscoring the Pistons in the paint, 42-30. If I would have saw that, I'd have been like, okay, wow, Orlando's that good? Because Pistons have been dominating in that paint.
George Blaha with Piston legend, bad boy Rick Mahorn, watching the Pistons here. Pistons with a long time to rest and get ready for this game one. Maybe too long. Rusty out of the gate and allowed Orlando to get in a rhythm.
Yeah.
And they played with confidence really for this entire game. And this is a talented team. When you look at their starters, Banchero, the first pick in the draft, Franz Wagner, who averaged 24, 2, and 25. Wendell Carter Jr., a 12 and 10 guy for his career. We know Desmond Bane can shoot it, and Suggs is an athlete and a rugged point guard.
Well, this was a team that at the beginning of the year, I said this team can do some things in the playoffs, and, you know, the injuries have set down on them. And then, like you said, George, once they started getting a rhythm, especially in the second half of the season, the end of the season, this is when the team becomes real scary, and now they got confidence.
116 of their last 22. Blew out Charlotte in a play-in game. Pistons go to Duncan Robinson. Topside long gun, no. Tobias controls the rebound, though. The Pistons will get another crack. To Cade on top, clock at 10. Cade spins. The ball's ripped away by Banchero. Suggs, too, and Suggs is going to be called for the foul. That's the fifth foul on Jalen Suggs.
And Paulo tried to take it for him.
It would have been just the second on Banchero. Cade inbounds to Duncan Robinson. Cade gets it back. Screen from JD. Cade to the left elbow. Fires, fills it up. He's really smoking hot now. Every shot he gets is going down. He has 30. But the Pistons still trail 94-88. Banchero for the Magic. Leaves the top side for Franz Wagner. Wagner keeps the dribble. Gets to the foul line extension on the right. Down the lane for a dunk for Wagner.
Well, I was about to say damn, but I am going to say damn. More points in the paint.
8 in the fourth for Wagner. He has 16. Cade snaps the pass. Left side for Asar Thompson. Asar trying to get to the basket. Bumped and fouled along the way.
Wagner with the foul.
If it's Suggs, he fouls out. But I'm pretty sure it was on Wagner. And Rick, you're right. It's the second on Wagner.
But he went in there with authority in that last drive to the basket.
Asar Thompson at the free throw line to the left. The first one's up and it's in. You got to keep scoring if you can't get stops. It's 96-89.
Wagner's looking, saying, why are you taking me out now? Thank God. Because he's been 10 points in the second half.
To Silva in the game. 2 perfect free throws for Asar Thompson. 96-90. Can the Pistons get some stops? 7 minutes left. They're down 6. Game 1 of the playoffs. They've never led in this one. Banchero with a bounce to De Silva on the right one. Open for the shot. It's way wide to the right. Rebound batted around. Controlled by Cade. Goes behind the back of the timeline. Down the lane. To the rim. Blocked by Suggs. But they're going to call a foul, I believe.
It's on Bane. Or is that Suggs' last foul?
The foul is going to go on Bane. That's his 4th.
For Cade, boy, I mean, if it wasn't for Cade right now.
Cade at the free throw line. 14 fouls on Orlando. None on the Pistons. Cade has 31 as he hits the first free throw. 96-91. Pistons are still down 5. 6:48 left. Crowd chants MVP, and he's played like one in this one. He just needs a little help.
Yeah, that's where looking for that help.
He has 9 in the fourth already. As the second free throw falls, a 4-point game. Suggs forecourt, left wing. Suggs inside for Carter Jr., right corner to Silva, and he triples. Man, Tristan De Silva, they're making all the shots. De Silva has 7. Orlando leads by 7. Cade stop and go to the right sideline. Fires from there, is going to come up short. Rebound saved by Suggs. Fighting for the ball.
Pistons were out of bounds.
With Wendell Carter Jr.
Pistons went out of bounds. Asar went out of bounds, trying to save that ball.
Great hustle by Asar, but it's still Orlando's basketball. 6:22 to play. Suggs, top side of Banchero, back to Suggs, left wing. Thought about a 3, didn't take it. On top to Carter Jr. Bain down the lane. Bain wraps around a dish inside, and Carter Jr. scores it. Orlando still with the pedal to the metal. Their lead 101-92. 6 minutes left. Cade has 32, but trying to do it all by himself. Cade goes behind the back in the lane. Topside Duncan Robinson. Clock at 9. Duncan to the baseline, and he was fouled. 5:47 still to play.
Well, I tell you, the X factor has been Wendell Carter Jr. getting those points, 13 points, but it's the big difference, 48-30 with points in the paint by
He's picked
Orlando.
up his second foul, did Carter Jr. 5 team fouls
Pistons
on
have
Orlando, none on the Pistons, and they haven't been able to take much advantage of it. JD now at the free throw line.
Giving Cade some rest right now, getting Danis in.
Danis checks in for Cade. JD missed the first free throw. 101-92 Orlando.
Cunningham at 35 minutes in this game.
They had to rest him for a minute or two. Jalen Duren's second free throw is up, and it's in. But it's 101-93 Magic. Suggs to forecourt for a very confident Orlando team. Within the right to Wendell Carter Jr. Tries to shake away from JD and can't. On top to Desmond Bain. Danis up in his face. Desmond Bain to the left elbow. Leaves for De Silva at the foul line. He'll fire and miss. Bad looking miss. In fact, Jalen Duren with a rebound to Asar. Asar pass inside behind Duncan Robinson. Pistons with an unforced error there. Banchero to forecourt for the Magic. Left wing to Suggs.
Foul on Asar right in the middle with the referee looking.
Asar gets his first foul. It's the Pistons' first team foul. 5:05 to play. Wagner's coming back for De Silva. Cade and Stu will check in for the Pistons. Anything can happen. The Pistons are within 8. We still have over 5 minutes left in the first playoff game of the season.
You know, it's real crazy is that the Pistons only have 2 double-figure scorers, and it's Cade and Tobias Harris, and Orlando has their whole starting 5.
Yeah, they spread it around. Bain to the right baseline. Bain with a fall away, fills it up. Bain starting to catch fire. He has 17, 7 for 18 for Desmond Bain. Cade to the basket on the Piston end, lays it in.
You exchanging
Uses
baskets.
that energy and explosiveness to make it 103-95.
Using it, just exchanging baskets. Got to get some stops on this end.
Bain on top. Danis Jenkins trying to come out on him. Bain pulls his way down the left side. Shot batted away, but picked up by Banchero. Deep left, he'll fire and miss. Kevin Huerter with a rough shot rebound there, and the Pistons needed that. Forecourt to Cade, 4:15 left. 103-95. Cade spins to the rim, fires in, it rolls off somehow. Tobias headed inside, goes to the floor for it.
It's Orlando ball.
I'm going to say it's off Tobias and out of bounds.
And KB Bickerstaff is waiting. Too late now.
Looked like it was off Bane.
It was off Bane.
And it was.
And they put the ball in quick.
Orlando gets a big break with 3:53 to play. Suggs to the basket. Shot blocked by Stu. Head to Danis Jenkins. Pistons know they got to have it now. Danis to the rim. Fouled by Ben Caro.
Bane with the foul. That
Bane went down.
5.
I think 3 guys hit him. But the foul goes against Desmond Bane. That's his 5th. So Suggs has 5. Bane has 5. And Orlando's going to take a timeout with 3:45 to play. Jamal Mosley out to complain to the officials about something. It's 103-95 Magic. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Did you hear? Now when you play Cash Pop from the Michigan Lottery, there are not 4, but 8 drawings every hour. That means twice the... Yeah! Twice the... I love this game! And twice the chance to scream... I won! So just by matching one of 15 numbers, you now have more chances for winning up to $5,000. More drawings means more numbers dropping and more cash popping. So now there's twice the fun when you play Cash Pop. Yes! Only from the Michigan Lottery. Cool. Know your limits is always the best bet.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pistons Basketball Network.
George Blaha with Rick Mahorn, courtside at Little Caesars Arena, game 1 of the postseason. And the Pistons have never led. Orlando leads at this point 103-85. 3:45 to go in the game. The joint's been jumping, but Orlando got off to a strong start. Keyed by Jalen Suggs. He had 11 in the first. They led after 135-27. And they've been able to protect that lead ever since, Rick.
Well, you got to figure teams give runs, and so far Pistons have given it, but Orlando has been given runs as well. Got to make sure that you get some stops, and you try to make sure that these guys don't get any kind of rhythm, because Bane started to get a rhythm in the second half. Banchero has been kind of quiet since, but that's subject to change with this 3 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Who do you trust with 3:45 left? Dalen Duren's in the middle. Isaiah Stewart up front with him. Kevin Huerter, Cade, and Danis Jenkins, the other 3 Pistons. Bane and Suggs, Wendell Carter Jr., Banchero and Wagner for Orlando. Danis Jenkins steps back to the free throw line.
The Pistons have attempted 33 to Orlando 17. This is great, but you got to make them.
A missed first free throw by Danis Jenkins.
And that's the 9th miss.
Pistons 25 for 34. That is 9 misses. Orlando's only missed 4, but they've only shot 17. Danis scores on the second.
And now you got your big lineup in with Duran and Stu.
103-96 Orlando. Magic with the basketball. They go inside to Wagner. Cade guarding him. He'll bump and get to the basket for a score.
More points in the paint, 48 of them.
Well, he's 6'10". And he has 18, 10 of those here in the fourth. Cade down the lane. Cade to the basket. Off the glass with a shot, a little too hard. Banchero with the rebound. 3 and 12 left. It's 105-96 Orlando. Banchero with a lob for Wagner. Wagner trying to score it inside. Pistons make sure he doesn't, but they'll get a foul.
Kevin Herter with the foul.
Kevin Herter called for the foul. One thing about Orlando, they were without Franz Wagner for much of this season.
And so far, he's given them 18 possible 19, 20 points.
Well, he averaged a bunch last year, 24.2.
Missed the first one.
He did miss the first free throw. There is some good news. He'll get another. 3:02 left. 105-96 Orlando. Second free throw is up and it's in. It's a 10-point Orlando lead with 3 minutes to play.
Got to get 5 stops, but you also got to get 5 scores.
Cade has 34, brings it up the left side. Cross courts to Kevin Herter. Back for Cade, clock at 13. Cade against Wagner. Drives it to the basket. Shot is blocked by Wendell Carter Jr. Recovered by Suggs. Ahead to Paolo Banchero. A sigh from the crowd here. Pistons have never led. They're down 10 with 2.5 left. Banchero to the right baseline. Throws the ball away to Herter. Ahead to Cade. Cade will drive it to the rim. Dish it left corner to Danis Jenkins. Guns for 3. It's short. Rebound to Bain. Hooks it ahead to Franz Wagner.
Numbers.
Wagner lobs it. Touched up and in by Suggs. And Suggs makes it 108-96.
Technical foul on Franz Wagner. I think, Wagner with a technical foul. I guess he said something to the ref.
Wagner doesn't feel like he's getting the...
He's not getting any calls. So, hey, get over it.
Join the club. Cade at the free throw line. It's 108-96, 2 and 13 to play. Hits the first.
It's only a technical.
Of course, you only get one for the tech. That's a career playoff high for Cade. He has 35.
Still, it's a big, when you don't have only 2 guys in double figures in your starting lineup and no one else is around.
108-97 Orlando. Pistons with the ball. Cade and Duncan Robinson with Jalen Duran, Tobias, and Danis Jenkins. Cade to the lane. Right corner to Tobias. Here's the long gun. It won't go. Rebound, Carter Jr. That's a huge rebound for the Magic. Desmond Bain across the timeline.
Clock is their friend.
They're going to run some clock, too. Shot clock's already at 10. Bain over Duncan Robinson with a long gun. It won't go. JD saves the rebound for Cade. Spins away from Banchero. Cade going right down the lane to the rim. Ball knocked away.
He's trying to get a foul. And
is there a foul call?
No,
it's
sucks.
Off Orlando, I believe, and out of bounds.
And they might want to challenge it, which they are. No, they gave it to Orlando.
Yeah, they got to challenge that.
Well,
Looked like it was off Suggs and out of bounds.
Well, Bickerstaff, the Pistons have called the challenge.
A minute and 33 to play in a stunning game one for the Pistons in the postseason.
Detroit is challenging the on-court ruling of Orlando possession. As part of this trigger, we may also look to see if there's a foul proximate to the play.
Suggs just kind of limped back in the direction of the Orlando bench. Let's keep it right here until we get a decision. It's a critical decision with a minute and 33 to play. Almost has to go your way to have any chance at all. Pistons trail 108-97 with a minute and 33 to play. And they've been outscored in the paint, which never happens. Big time.
Very rarely.
50-32. On the season, the Pistons have been great in the lane, averaging 57.9 per game.
It has been determined that when the defender Jalen Suggs swipes, he first makes illegal contact to the face of Cunningham. The ruling on the floor of Orlando possession has been overturned to a defensive foul on Jalen Suggs, his sixth. The challenge by Detroit is successful. They keep their timeout. Detroit has one challenge remaining. It'll be 2 shots for Cade Cunningham.
You heard James Williams. Suggs is fouled out.
There's still a minute and 33 seconds. I mean, I've seen Isaiah Thomas do that in one, give you 10 points in 1 minute, and Vinnie Johnson. But I mean, right now, you got to get it. Cade is the only one that's really giving the Pistons their offense.
A minute and 34 remains. It's 108-97 Orlando. Cade at the stripe. First free throw is up and it's in. Rattled a little bit, but it went. Playoff career high, 36 for Cade. 13 here in the fourth. He's trying to win it by himself. Second free throw right down the middle. 14 in the fourth for Cade. 108-99 Orlando. Pistons down 9. Here comes Orlando.
If you're Orlando, you just milking the clock.
Banchero leaves it on top for Franz Wagner against Cade. Winging the right to Banchero against Tobias. Banchero rocks the dribble. Starts the drive. Gets to the paint. Fires. It won't fall. Rebound tapped to Tobias by Jalen Duren.
Need a 3.
A minute and 8 left. Cade down the lane. Lays it up. Lays it in. 108-101. 102 to play. Banchero to forecourt for the Magic. Trying to make a steal is Tobias. Banchero pushed him off. No call. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Now Wagner has it up high against Danis Jenkins. 5 on the shot clock. Wagner deep to Carter Jr. and he hooks and hits.
That's been the X factor.
Deep in the paint.
52
Able to
points.
score. That's a big basket. Didn't want to give up that one. Danis Jenkins on top for the Pistons. Into the paint to JD. Deep to Cade. Outside for Tobias.
Steal.
And he lost the basketball on the drive. Wendell Carter Jr. has it on the other end for a jam.
That's it.
And that is it, folks. Orlando has stunned the Pistons in game one here. The 1-8 series in round 1 goes to the number 8 Orlando Magic. And the Pistons never led in the basketball game. It'll be a tough defeat. Time runs out here. And a disappointed home crowd will head for the exits. You could almost feel the air sucked out of this building in the last couple of minutes.
Well, you got to take your hat off to Orlando Magic. They played physical. And I told you they had momentum with two games before this game. It's like they never stopped the season, so they have rhythm. And the Pistons are the ones that, unfortunately had all them days off, and you can't mimic a game situation. You cannot mimic game basketball readiness.
39 points for Cade Cunningham in game one, but the Pistons lose it to Orlando, 112